Brock Eagles Championship Football is on the air, and it's brought to you by Brock Roofing and Construction and the Cates Group. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the state semifinals from the Star in Frisco, where tonight it's the Brock Eagles and the Malakoff Tigers with a trip to AT&T and a shot at the state title on the line. Bobby Gordon, Eric Morris, Jaden Winfrey, and Rob Matthews with you tonight in what should be a fantastic ball game. Last week, your Brock Eagles used a huge fourth quarter to take down the Whitesboro Bearcats 30-19 and advance to yet another state semifinal. Brock outscored Whitesboro 20-7 in the final frame. Tyler Moody was great yet again, going 18 of 33 for 246 yards and 2 touchdowns. He also ran for 42 yards on the night. Reed Watkins ran in 2 touchdowns, and Carson Finney and Jet Jones combined to catch 13 receptions for 218 yards and 2 touchdowns. The Brock defense was phenomenal, holding a powerful Bearcat offense to just 12 points through 3 quarters. Cooper Massey led the way and now has increased his season tackle total to 175. Colt Matlock and Jet Jones added huge interceptions to cap off the regional championship. The Malakoff Tigers come into tonight 13-1 and winners of 12 in a row. Their lone defeat of the season was avenged last week as they knocked off Grandview 29-17. They have a spectacular backfield in senior Damian Jackson and sophomore Jason Tennyson. It's Brock and Malakoff for a trip to the title game, and we have it all covered for you next in the Dairy Queen pregame show.
Bell Stone is a proud sponsor of Brock Eagles and Lady Eagles, serving Weatherford, Aledo, Willow Park, Fort Worth, Southlake, and the surrounding area with landscape materials, natural stone, pavers, patio stone, and masonry for ponds, retaining walls, outdoor kitchens, fire pits, and more. Bellstone has an experienced staff available to assist in product selection and can help you with all aspects of your construction project. Contractors, architects, homeowners welcome. Visit Bellstone online or stop by their location, 4801 East I-20 in Willow Park. Call 817-441-9590 for Bellstone. Go Eagles!
Big Earl with Brilbury Real Estate at 1130 FM 1189 is the go-to man for your next real estate transaction in Brock or the surrounding North Texas area. Have land or a home to sell? Or are you looking for a place to live in the Brock area? Call Big Earl at 325-203-2972. That's 325-203-2972. Bilbury Real Estate says go Eagles and Lady Eagles. Brent Goff Financial Services has been serving the financial needs of individuals, families, and business owners for more than 24 years, striving to develop long-term relationships and providing viable strategies for every element of the wealth management equation. Visit Brent Goff Financial Services on 1187 in Aledo and ask him about retirement planning, financial planning, and risk management, or call him at 817-631-0816. Brent Goff Financial Services says, go Eagles!
When you need a new roof on your home or commercial property, give Brock Roofing and Construction a call. This is April Parr, owner of Brock Roofing and proud supporter of your Brock Eagles. We are family-owned, local, and will always put relationships over transactions. Think you have hail damage? We offer free roof inspections and can answer any questions you may have about the insurance process. Find us on Instagram or Facebook, or better yet, give us a call at 817-307-6153. Roll Brock.
This is Pastor Clark Bozier of the Willow Park Baptist Church here at 129 South Ranch House Road, where on Sunday mornings we have services at 8:30, 10, and 11:30, and then again that night at 6 p.m. We are proud sponsors today of the interview with Coach Billy Mathis in his pregame show.
All right, we're here with Coach Billy Mathis, head football coach of your Brock Eagles. Coach, when you look at the years over when Brock has played football in the UIL, the quarterback that went to the state championship game and won it, Seth Bowman, he had 9 playoff wins, the 3 years as a junior and then the 6 wins as a senior. Tyler Moody now has 9 playoff wins as a quarterback for the Brock Eagles. He may not win the all-district quarterback of District 4, but at some point he's got to get the credit of being the best quarterback in Region 1. What say you?
Oh, I totally agree. You know, a lot of people want to put a lot of, merit on, how many passing yards, how many touchdowns and all that type of stuff. But sometimes your best quarterback isn't the guy that's always throwing for the most yards, throwing for the most, it's the guy who's a general out there on the field, the leader out there on the field, the dude who's the alpha male out there on the field. And, that's what Tyler is in Region 1. He's, not the tallest, he's not the fastest, doesn't have the biggest arm. But Tyler, when the lights come on, he's the most competitive dude. I take him over any quarterback in Region 1, Region 2, 3, or 4 because everybody knows when it's time to go, he's the most competitive guy out there on the field. And when the ball's in his hand, something great's going to happen. And when he does make a mistake, he doesn't pout about it. He doesn't whine about it. He doesn't blame anybody else. He shakes it off and goes back out there and says, Coach, give me the ball. I'm going to make something great happen. And he does it. And he does it time after time after time.
And then you see the Bushland quarterback, Dawson Jaco, and the defense ends up figuring out a way to stop him in the second half 2 weeks ago. Then last week, you have Mac Harper. Early in the game, he throws a deep pass from his own end zone for a touchdown. He has another long pass. You've had some experience with those kind of guys, even back to the Hershey game and even the Wimberley game. Here this week, you got another guy in Jones for Malakoff, who's a similar stature, but he just doesn't have as much experience. But when you get to the 15th game of the season, even a sophomore quarterback his first year as starter is going to have some experience.
Absolutely. And he's a good quarterback. He managed their offense very well. He throws the ball well. He runs good. He's a difference maker on their team for sure. They've got a great O-line. They got a great running game. And you've got to go focus on that running game. They're a big running team. And then if you don't keep your eye on him, he'll pull the ball out of the back and, go run it, or he's going to pull it and make a great throw. So, we got to keep him contained and, we got to make him, put some pressure on him and make him earn every single thing, that he gets.
And with that, Brock probably would say their heart of their defense is their defensive line with Riker, Roger, and Faye. And that's probably going to be one of the points of attack that Malakoff is going to try to do is run the ball against those guys. It's kind of a strength against the strength of Brock.
It is. It's going to be a battle down there in the trenches, and it always is. And I say it week in and week out, and it's the truth. It's the team that wins the line of scrimmage. It's the team that goes and stops the other team up front. And it makes the team one-dimensional. That's what we've got to do. Our front four down there, plus our three linebackers, have got to take care of the run game. We've got to go and put them in a situation, that they don't like doing as much, right? They're not that they're bad at it. They're good at passing, but, they run the ball more. That's what they hang their hat on. We got to go and stop the run and make them throw the football.
In game one against Whitesboro, the Brock running game worked really well. I'm not sure they really even stopped the Eagles for their running game. In game two, I guess they made a point of emphasis to stop the running game and let's make Tyler Moody win this game for the Eagles, and he did exactly that. I'm sure that Malakoff has seen kind of that defensive strategy that Whitesboro had. Do you expect them to try to really stop the run and put the ball in Tyler Moody's hands?
Yeah, I think teams, when they see us, they're going to try to make us, do one or the other. And, Whitesboro did a great job. Their D-line and their linebackers are as good as anybody in the state. And, we told our guys it's going to be a full-quarter battle. Right there in the third and fourth quarter, we started wearing them down. That's when Reed and Tutter started making the big runs. Moody started making his. But, yes, we blocked well up front. We took over, and Tyler and the receiver corps made some great throws and great catches. That ultimately won the game for us.
At some point, you're hoping that the tough preseason schedule is going to pay off. At this point of the season is probably the beginning of when you really need it to pay off. When you go against Pleasant Grove, when you go against Hershey and Gunner and Wimberley, and having to fight through those games, even to 5 quarters sometimes, whenever you get to this point in the season, this is where you're probably drawing from some of that experience early in the season.
100%. Well, that's why we want to go play a tough non-district schedule, to get us prepared for the playoffs, to get us prepared for the tough games, the games that we got to go and play 4 quarters, the games, like you said, we got to go into overtime and stuff. So when we get to those points, right, we've already done it. It's no surprise. We've been there before. It's the same for the coaches too, right? Us being in a situation as coaches of having those opportunities set up to go into overtime, to prepare us, to go see the things that we didn't do very well early so we could work on all those stuff and get us, as strong as we can be for moments like this. You're in the state semifinals, you're hoping you are just, hitting on, all cylinders. And I feel like we are. I feel like we've worked a lot of those kinks out, but it gets down to this time, you got to go out there, you got to be tough, and you just got to go out there and execute.
Usually the first 14 games of the season, you have an element situation, a rain, a sun, a wind, the cold, and you have to try to overcome those things, and those are things you talk about. You work on them in practice, you work with the wet footballs, you work with the wind, you work with the cold. This week you're not going to have that situation. The difference is this week is who turned these lights on, where'd all these people come from, is when you get to a situation where an event is huge, it's good to have the experience of the coaches that have been there before, but also that these players have been there before.
That's right, And luckily, we had a big, long run last year. We made it all the state championship game. And a lot of these guys were playing on that team or they were with us. So, the bright lights doesn't just surprise us. It's the same thing when we went down, played down there at Baylor this year. You're on a big stage. They're used to that type of stuff. And, and it's a cool atmosphere playing in a place like the Star. I'm excited for the boys, because you always want to go, when you go to playoffs, you want to go to places that, that kids won't get an opportunity to experience very often. You want to go to the nice stadiums. You want to do all that stuff for them because, those will be things that they also remember, growing up. So, it's going to be indoors. It's always the toughest deal about playing indoors is that you're used to playing outside and it's a lot cooler. When you go inside those buildings, you start playing, it gets hotter. So we got to do a really good job of hydrating, fueling our bodies this week. So when Thursday comes around, you're out there running. You don't cramp up. You don't have a fatigue issue.
One of the things we noticed up in the booth the other day is you chose not to have Brody Baker kick a field goal at the end of the second quarter. And to me, it looked like Brody took it as a challenge, and he got out there early at halftime before the third quarter started, and he kicked the ball from exactly the spot where he thought he would have been able to kick the football for a field goal attempt, and he kicked it 3 or 4 times in a row and did really good. He then had an opportunity on a kickoff after a penalty to kick the ball about 65 yards in the air through the uprights, it looked like to me. Brody Baker, I think, is saying, Coach, I'm ready for whatever challenge you give me. And it looks like maybe this week, if it is a low-scoring game, the call may be to number 9 several times.
Absolutely. We have all the confidence in the world in Brody, and that's what I tell him all the time because he's always ready. And if we get inside the 50, he's ready. And I tell him all the time, I said, bro, stay here. I said, it's always a situation, and I said, a lot of times, bud, I go on my gut feeling, right? And I go on my gut, and sometimes my gut, it doesn't turn out the way that I think it's going to. I said, but that's okay. I've got all the confidence in the world in you. And he is great. Matter of fact, at halftime, because of the chill in the air and stuff, he goes, Coach, can I go out just a little bit early and warm up a little bit more? I was like, absolutely. Get out there and get it going because we're going to need you. And we did. And, Brody's been huge, man. Kickoffs, extra points, field goals. He's been huge and just very proud of his growth, right, as a kicker. And not only that, Brody spent so much time in the offseason working on his strength. I mean, he got in that weight room. He got out there on the track, ran. He really grew, physically as well as he did mentally in all the practice he put in this summer.
And how do you prepare your team mentally for a game that might be 6-8, it might be 12-13, it might be 15-17, that how important it is that control the win and the turnover and control that battle and just fight for field position may be the big part of the game?
I think that's all stuff that happens early in the season because they know where we're at. They know, right now you get to this point in time, they understand, hey, you've got to play every play like it's your last play. You've got to play every play like the game depends on it. And that's a mentality that these guys have. I don't worry about them ever taking a play off or having a loaf. That just doesn't happen. There's too much love for each other for anybody to go out there and take a play off or loaf around. They don't do that type of stuff. And, that's a credit to their want to. That's a credit to their upbringing. That's a credit to their drive and love for each other to go out and give their all for each other and give their all for their town.
Hey, that's great stuff from Coach Billy Mathis today. This is Clark Bozier of the Willow Park Baptist Church inviting you to be with us this coming Sunday. Now it's time to play some Brock Eagle football.
Real estate in Texas requires attention to detail. Real estate in Parker County also requires attention to customer needs. At the Cates Group, we specialize in both. Whether it be residential, farming, ranch, or commercial, we provide the detail and service needed to get the best deal for you and to get it closed. Listing your property or finding the best deal in town? Visit us right here in Brock or check us out on our Facebook page. The Cates Group, your Brock real estate brokerage. Go Eagles and Lady Eagles from the Cates Group.
Fuzzy's Taco Shop is your one-stop taco shop for breakfast, brunch, lunch, dinner, hang time, game time. You get the picture. Our Fuzzy's Baja-inspired tacos, nachos, burritos, and fresh salads are perfect for any time of the day. Grab your ticket stub and head into your local Weatherford Fuzzy's today or tomorrow for free chips and queso with a $5 purchase.
For over 33 years, Lightfoot Mechanical has been providing prompt, professional, and friendly service to their customers throughout North Texas. Lightfoot Mechanical is the area's premier choice for air conditioning, heating, plumbing, and electrical services. Backed by their exclusive lifetime workmanship warranty and their 100% customer satisfaction guarantee. Call Lightfoot Mechanical today, 817-596-0309, or stop by 1026 Fort Worth Highway, or visit them online at lightfootmechanical.com.
Happy holidays, everyone. We welcome you to the Star tonight in Frisco for the state semifinal between your Brock Eagles and the Malakoff Tigers. It's time for the Dairy Queen pregame show on the Brock Sports Network. Let's get into tonight's ball game, and for that, let's bring in the team. Eric Morris and sideline reporter Jaden Winfrey. Eric, sports psychology is a huge advantage or disadvantage with another tightly contested contest. Come from behind game. Brock now is playing with a been there, overcome that mentality.
The Eagles have been such a good playoff team over the years that they get those extra 3, 4, 5, sometimes 6 games after the 10 regular season games. And I've talked to Coach Worrell about this. I've talked to Coach Mathis about this. Talked to Coach Buchanan about this. When you get those extra 3, 4, 5, 6 games, your scout team is getting that many more weeks of extra practice. Your players who are the youngers, the sophomores, the juniors, are getting that many more weeks of extra practice. At this point of the season, playing the 5th game, your scout team guys, your younger guys, they're getting a half of another season just in the playoffs. And you put 2 of those seasons back to back, you've played an entire second season just in the playoffs alone. So they're getting 3 years out of a 2-year season. And that's gives them just that much more coaching, that much more instruction, that much more time on the field, that much more time to work through the butterflies. And when you've gotten past, as a coaching staff, for whatever team you've been with, if you've gotten past the region finals a couple of times, then going to the region finals isn't such a big deal. Getting past it isn't such a big deal. The expectation is the state championship game. It's not the state semifinals. It's not the region finals. But those extra practices, those extra weeks of practice, help those freshmen out, help those sophomores out, help those juniors out, and all that extra coaching starts to pay off.
And it helps being in venues like this.
And it helps. That's what I was talking to one of the players' dads earlier, and that this. Whenever you say, who turned these lights on? Where'd all these people come from? I don't remember this. Who's that dude wearing number 4 over there on the sidelines? I don't remember him being here in the last game. and when you have those kind of things, you have to be able to handle that and not let the venue or the event be too big for what you're ready for. And these kids, Tyler Moody, these other guys on the team have been to the state championship game at AT&T last year. And they were been in the state semifinals last year. What a big game at against Mount Vernon last year, going down to the last play of regular play, going down to the last play of the overtime. Once you've been to those games and played those games and been successful in those games,
even if you haven't been successful in some of those games, the Hershey's, the Pleasant Groves, the Wimberleys, the Gunner, even if you haven't been successful, you've learned some stuff. You've learned what it takes to play at a high level, and you learned the caliber of player that you need to become if you're going to compete at the higher level, and that's what these games are all about when you get to the state semifinals.
Jaden, this team doesn't panic in tight ball games.
Well, that was the conversation that I was having some guys on the sideline is, we've been here, seen that. We've seen the USC running back from Hershey. We've seen the D1 guys on Pleasant Grove. There is no intimidation here on these guys. The lights, nothing. We've been here and done that, and we went through that 0-4 deal 4 times like these to be prepared for times like these. So there's not going to be anything across from us that's going to scare us, surprise us, make us worry. These guys have zero intimidation on them.
This program's been around for 9 UIL season, and this is the 6th semifinal, Eric. I have my thoughts on how this happens. Let's hear yours on how this happens most years.
Well, here's something that I want to talk to the parents about in the Brock area. And I've talked to Coach Whirl about this. I've talked to Coach Mathis about this. But I did a long 9-minute diatribe, 4 or 5 years ago. I think it was the 17 year. I think that's when it was. But it was basically about this. On the other side at the Brock football field, across from the press box, it says, "Remember the tradition." And what does it mean to remember the tradition? Well, at some schools, hey, the tradition is we play our 10 games, and then we get ready for basketball season, we get ready for tennis season, we get ready for what else. That's not what it is at Brock, and that's not what it is in football. That's not what it is in baseball. That's not what it is in basketball. That's not what it is in golf. That's not what it is in volleyball. That's not what it is. It's state championship, or maybe we need to get a new coach. It's not the players, because the players remember the tradition. They want to build the tradition higher than the group before them, and they want to hold the tradition from the group ahead of them. And these kids, they don't grow up on dirt floors. I mean, these kids have everything that you would want to have as a teenager. I would love to have had some of the stuff that these kids have as a teenager. But what helps them is that they are trying to remember the tradition of the guys before them. The ones that are after them want to uphold that tradition, and it just keeps building on. And it's not just football. It's other sports too. And that's why it's such fun to do the broadcast for Brock Eagles, because whatever sport it is, you're going to be in the region semifinals, the state finals, whatever it is. And that's what a lot of fun. And I think that mentality is we don't quit. We keep getting up and we keep doing a job. We owe it to the group ahead of us and the group behind us to do those things.
All right, let's get into this matchup tonight. We've seen some great running backs this year. Bordley, Marion Peterson, but this may be the best 1-2 combination we've seen in Jackson and the workhorse Tennyson.
We've had the phrase that's gone on for a long time, the thunder and the lightning, and that may be no truer tonight with these two, with Jackson and Tennyson, that Jackson is more of the lightning and Tennyson is more of the thunder. When you see them run, I don't expect Tennyson to get outside and to make those cuts, but he's going to be more of the one that runs you over. Jackson, on the other hand, has just got the speed to be able to make the jump cuts and make one move and maybe do a spin move or something, and next thing you know, he's down the end zone and they're getting ready for an extra point. So those two, maybe not individually, are the backs that we've seen before at Hershey, even Ledbetter. But whenever you see these two guys, depends on which one gets it, is how you're going to have to get ready to break down and make a tackle. One guy you need to brace yourself. The other guy, you're going to have to find a way to use the sidelines and open field to help you get him down.
Jaden, it's all going to be decided up front. This is going to be trench warfare in the middle of the night.
You can guarantee that, guys. It's up front's where this thing's going to be won or lost tonight, and we got a challenge ahead of us with our depth up front on both sides of the ball. Our guys got a challenge ahead of them tonight, that's for sure.
Eric, you get the feeling that this could be one of those games that turns on one big play, and that's where I think Tyler Moody brings to the table tonight.
Well, and right before I get to the Tyler Moody thing, the last 2 weeks, the first drive of the game for Malakoff, they have scored on the first drive. Against West, I think it was the first play of the game.
Plays, yeah.
And against Grandview, it was in the first drive that they scored. It was a long pass, ends up being a field goal. Well, let's get to that in just a second. We've got Jaden Winfrey down
for the Tommy Hayes coin toss.
Players introducing themselves to one another. Brock in all white head to toe. Malakoff, dark jerseys, dark helmets.
Going to your heads, tails. Brock, you're the visiting team. You get to call the flip. What's your choice?
Tails.
What do you say?
Tails.
Tails is the call. Heads it is.
Malakoff has won the toss, and they will defer to the second half. So the Brock Eagles will go on offense first. When we come back, it is state semifinal time. The Brock Eagles and the Malakoff Tigers for a trip to AT&T. Back in a moment on the Brock Sports Network.
Fans of the Brock Eagles, this is Mr. Jim from MrJim's.Pizza. Nothing goes together better than Eagles football and Mr. Jim's.Pizza. Go to MrJim's.Pizza. That's MrJims.Pizza and order now. Use the code EAGLES and get 15% off your entire order. Go Eagles!
Pathway Rehabilitation Sports Therapy in Brock offers all forms of therapy such as physical, occupational, and speech therapy. Pathway Rehabilitation has been providing the highest quality rehab services to patients in acute care, skilled nursing, home health, sport, and orthopedic rehab since 2014. Give them a call at 940-490-0022 or visit their website at pathwayrehab.net. Wishing Brock the best of luck in tonight's game. Go Eagles from Pathway Rehabilitation.
Hello, Eagle fans. This is Dr. Chris Wusterhausen, the owner of the Research Clinic. When I founded the Research Clinic in 2008, my goal was to help as many Parker County residents achieve maximal health both physically as well as mentally. The Research Clinic is proud to offer bioidentical hormone replacement, vitamin IV infusions, a vast array of cosmetic procedures, stem cell and PRP therapies, as well as concierge medicine. If you're ready to see what the Research Clinic has to offer you, give us a call at 817-599-9902 or go to theresearchclinic.com.
Riverstone Veterinary Hospital in Brock offers a complete range of veterinary services, including routine vaccinations, hospitalization, critical care, major and minor surgery, dental services, and emergency calls. Dr. Ryan Cate and his staff at Riverstone Veterinary Hospital specialize in large and small animal care and also offer boarding services. Visit Riverstone Veterinary Hospital at 1421 FM 1189 in Brock, Riverstone Veterinary Hospital. Online at riverstonevet.com.
Welcome back to the Star in Frisco. You've been listening to the Dairy Queen pregame show, getting set to get underway in this state semifinal. The Brock Eagles, the Malakoff Tigers. And before we went to break, you were talking about Tyler Moody.
Tyler Moody has got to have the game that we've been waiting on Tyler Moody to have. You've seen the flashes throughout the season. You've seen the flashes in the second half of the Whitesboro game, the second half of the Bushland game, the Wimberley game. You've seen those flashes of what he can do when the other team says, just like in the interview with the coach, when the other team says we're going to stop the run, we're going to make Tyler Moody have the ball. Tyler Moody's got to come through, and he's looking forward to this big challenge right here. On the defensive side of this, since I think it's going to be such a offensive-defensive line battle, the defense for the Brock, the three guys that have to have a big game other than the defensive line is number 1, number 2, and number 15. Those three guys cannot get blocked downfield. The defensive line have got to hold those offensive linemen up and not let them get to the second level. And 1, 2, and 15 have got to plug those holes.
Juan Gonzalez has it on the tee, set to kick it away to the Eagles. Carson Finney, Brett Tutter stand at their 2-yard line as we are set to get the state semifinal underway. And here we go. We're glad you're along with us tonight from Frisco. This will be Finney from his 6. Finney looking straight up the middle. Lots of black jerseys are going to wrangle him in at his own 15-yard line and bring on this Brock Eagles offense. Tyler Moody, the career passing leader at Brock with 5,452 yards in his career. On the season, 168 of 298. 2,358 yards, 27 touchdowns through the air, 6 touchdowns on the ground.
The Eagles have to hold off any kind of big surge early in this first quarter
to try to get this thing back to an even kill game. And I think when that happens, the Eagles are going to have the advantage.
Moody opens in gun. He's got Tutter with him to his right. Fake it to him. Spin out, reverse out. Throws it across the middle. Pass is caught. Brewster bangs his way up to the Eagle 34-yard line. It's a Redfin pulls Eagle first down.
Tyler Moody, first play out of the box, a little quick bootleg. He sees Brewster coming across, and a big play from senior to senior.
Brock going tempo here. 2 wide receivers right, 1 left. Same setup, Moody in the gun with Tutter to his right. Hard count. Now he'll look to offensive coordinator Blake Christensen on the sideline. Just underway in the state semifinal from the Star in Frisco. Brock first and 10 from their own 36. Moody's got him set, and here comes Brett Tutter behind this offensive line, and a good gain of up to the 41-yard line. That's 5 yards for Brett Tutter, make it second down 5.
These coaches have certain plays that they run against certain defenses, and we've talked to Coach before. We talked about the script that he runs against certain defenses. So when they play an even front or an odd man front, they've got certain scripts that they do against those defenses, and no matter what defense Malakoff is going to show, and the good teams don't normally change their defenses in the game.
Brock comes in average of 244 yards per game on the ground, 164 through the air. Brewster in motion. Snap back, flags fly. Looks like early movement for the Eagles. And if that's the case, back them up 5. It's going to make it second down 10. A little early there.
Well, obviously we've talked about, I don't know, at least once or twice this year that you can't have those kind of plays, especially against the good teams. And when you get to the state semifinal round, you're playing against another really good team.
We've talked about it for weeks now, making it second or third and manageable. Now you're second and 10, back at your own 36-yard line. Finney, Brewster to the far side. Jet Jones, single receiver to the near side. Tutter remains the lone back. Moody in the gun. He claps once, gives it inside to Tutter. Tutter on that far side is going to get a gain of 3 up to the 39-yard line. That's going to bring up third down 7 for the Eagles.
The Eagles run the first play, the bootleg. Moody gets it back over there to Brewster. They have that play that they can run. Cotton Tanner now checks in as looks like Carson Finney is on the huddle for Malakoff right now.
3 wide receivers for Moody now to the left, 1 to the right. That's Cotton Tanner on the far side. Tutter remains the lone back. Brock operating left to right in front of us. Straight drop, deep slant, pass incomplete. That was intended for Cotton Tanner, and that brings up fourth down 7.
That may have been just a little bit high, and the coach is going to send out the punt team. This will be a good opportunity to change field position right here if Moody can get the ball out inside the 20 or 25 on the other side.
Moody comes in averaging 41 yards per kick on the season. Back deep for the Tigers, the dangerous Corey Phillips. He will stand at his own 30-yard line. Moody set to kick it away. High snap, wrangled in. Line drive kick off the far side and out of bounds. And Malakoff will bring their offense on. And Eric, we've said it time and time again, you cannot get second and third and long.
And just a little play like that causes you to have to change the play that you were going to call. You get 5 yards, and now you can have a play to get 2 or 3 yards, then to get 2 or 3 yards. But when you get second and 10 after that play, now you just change up your play call. You don't have as many opportunities to get those 2 or 3 yards. And here comes the Malakoff Tigers.
Eagles Nest Travel Center starting lineup for the defense. Dakota Courtney, Brock Riker, Hunter Fay, Cam Harris. Linebackers Zach Brewster, Cooper Massey, Luke Kearley, Jet Jones, Reed Watkins, Cale Bramlett, and Carson Finney out there. Malakoff first and 10 from their own 34. Fake the give. Inside. Pass caught. Phillips. Little slip screen. Phillips across the 40. And it's going to be an 8-yard gain up to the 42-yard line. Reed Watkins, Brock Riker there for the Eagles.
It looked like they had that play set up really well. A couple of guys out there to block. But the Eagles defense quickly gets there. And number 2, who's that, Brewster on the tackle?
That sets up second down 2. Mark it at the Malakoff 42-yard line. Pistol formation now for the sophomore quarterback Mike Jones. Wing it to that far side, pass caught, a lot of room out there. First down Malakoff inside Eagle territory, down to the 49-yard line. Jet Jones, Cam Harris, Luke Kearley there for the Eagles. Malakoff will have 1st and 10 from the Eagle 49. In the backfield is Jason Tennyson. That's a sophomore workhorse. Last week against Grandview, 24 carries, 84 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He lines up to Jones right. 1st and 10, Tigers. Fake it to Tennyson. Back to passes Jones. Deep slant. Tipped away by Zach Brewster. And that's going to bring up 2nd down 10. Great play by the senior linebacker.
Brewster just jumps up. The ball just hits off his middle fingernail. I'm glad he didn't clip his nails before the game because I don't think he would have been able to stop that one.
2nd down 10, Tigers from the Eagle 49-yard line. We've got 8:33 remaining in a Rockin' F first quarter. First possession of the night for Malakoff.
They've been getting rid of the ball quick. The defensive line hadn't been able to get in there on him.
Malakoff comes in 13-1, averaging 45 points per contest. Tennyson in motion, and Jones is going to keep it. He's a lethal runner, and he's inside the Brock 40, down to the 38. It's another Tiger 1st down for the sophomore quarterback, Jones.
The thing about the quarterback running the football, Bobby, and you know this, is you make him susceptible to getting hit and having a lot of contact. That time you could tell Jones was quickly going down as soon as he saw Finney coming after him. But whenever you put your quarterback out there, there's things that can happen. And not a lot of teams want to have that happen to their quarterback. And I can tell you the quarterbacks don't want to have that happen to them.
From the 38-yard line of the Eagles, it's 1st and 10 Tigers. Jones, hard count, no movement. He's got Tennyson lined up to his right-hand side. Bunch formation right, single receiver left. Option, now he pitches it to Tennyson. Tennyson inside the 35, inside the 30, and down to the Brock 26-yard line. It's another Malakoff 1st down.
A pass, quarterback keeper, and that's the first handoff to a running back, and we're on the 6th play of the drive right now for Malakoff.
Now Malakoff will spread it out a little bit. He's got 4 wide receivers, 3 left, 1 right. Tennyson lines up to his left-hand side. 1st and 10 Tigers from the Eagle 26. Jones, hard count. He's got the Eagles to jump here. Fires it complete here near side. Pass caught and down to the 16-yard line. And that's going to be close to a 1st down, but Malakoff will have to weigh the penalty here and decide what to do.
Yeah, it's going to be offsides on the Eagles, trying to get a jump out there, but
they declined the penalty, moved the chains. It was a 1st down anyway. 1st and 10 Tigers at the Eagle 16-yard line, and Malakoff is on the move early. Jones barking signals to his offensive line. He's got 2 wide receivers right, pistol formation. Tennyson behind him. Movement up front, no flag. Jones keeps it, plunges inside the 15, down to the 13. That's a 3-yard gain for the sophomore. 2nd down 7.
A couple of guys got a couple of shots on the quarterback there, and I mean that's not such a huge deal early in the game, but those things start paying dividends later in the game.
Jones getting this offense set. 2 wide receivers to the far side. Once again, pistol formation with Tennyson from the Eagle 13-yard line. 2nd down 7. Sophomore's got him set. He claps once, gives it ahead. Penetration by the Eagles defense. They've got Tennyson wrangled in, and a loss back to the 15-yard line. Cam Harris, Luke Kearley, and Hunter Fay in there.
They've been wanting to do some type of blitz, some type of stunt. Kearley, number 1, comes in there and blows that play up off the stunt on the left side, and the Eagles finally get something going defensively. They've been trying to do that for 3 plays, but they've been called offsides on the previous 2.
Now they've got the Tigers in a 3rd down 9 situation from the Eagle 15. 4 wide receivers for Jones. Tennyson remains the lone setback. Hard count. Here comes the blitz again. Jones back to pass. Slant. Caught. Dropped. Incomplete pass. Great coverage there. Was that Reed Watkins? I believe it was. It brings up 4th down 9, and on comes the field goal unit.
Now, we talked about this with the interview with the coach. This may come down to a kicking game matchup between 23, the kicker for Malakoff, and number 9, Brody Baker. And the only thing that I noticed about the passes and catches from Malakoff and I don't want to jinx myself here, but they do struggle with some of those hard throws from Jones.
This will be from 32 yards out. Juan Gonzalez kick is up, and it's good. 5:52 remains in a Rockin' F first quarter. Malakoff 3, Brock 0. Back in a moment on the Brock Sports Network.
Roger Williams Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Weatherford is always committed and supportive of the community and the youth of Brock, and would like to invite you and your family out to visit their new family-owned dealership on I-20 West in Weatherford. Besides, everyone and their dog knows Roger Williams makes the best deals. Go Eagles from Roger Williams Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Weatherford.
Welcome back to a Fathom Inc. broadcast booth. Bobby Gordon, Eric Morris, Rob Matthews, Jaden Winfrey with you from Frisco tonight in the state semifinal. Malakoff marches down the field and takes a 3-0 lead.
It took them 4 minutes basically off the clock. They come out and get a first down. But once the Eagles started a blitz or a stunt package, then they were able to shut down the Malakoff plays, especially when you have the back of the end zone as an additional player, and they get them in 3rd and 9 and 4th and 9, and they had to kick a field with 33 yards, and that puts them 3 up on the board against the Eagles.
The senior left-footed kicker, Juan Gonzalez, kicks it away, a high-hanging kick. Fair catch by Finney. Bring it out and bring on this Brock Eagles offense again. And let's do a DOC Holmes call to the sideline real quick. Checking in on that trench warfare down there, Jaden.
Guys, offensively, we look like we're controlling the line of scrimmage really well. The runs look like they're going to be there. When we did try to pass, we're holding the line of scrimmage. These guys, compared to 77 and 62 last week, they don't look. It looks a lot better and a lot cleaner up there than it did last week. As far as defensively, we're getting through there. They're just moving quick. Those quick passes and those quick runs, we're just not able to be effective.
Moody brings them onto the field from the 25-yard line, 1st and 10. He'll have 3 wide receivers, 2 left and 1 right. Moody will send Brewster in motion left or right. Snap back, inside give. Here comes Reed Watkins, and a good seam for Reed Watkins. He's across the 35. Reed up to the 37. It's a Redfin Pools Eagle first down.
25 starts from his own 25, goes right back up behind big Trace Roger, and gets another Redfin Pool first down.
Finney, Jones, Brewster trips to the far side. Watkins remains the lone back. Snap back to Moody. Here comes Watkins again. Good push by this offensive line. And Watkins is all the way up to the 47-yard line. And that's a gain of 6 yards, 2nd down 4.
Platoon running backs, just like they normally do. Brett Tutter gets the first series, Watkins on the second series. You've got Brewster, Finney, and Jones out there at the receiver position.
Good push by this Brock offensive line here on this drive. Now 2nd down 4 as they set it at their own 43-yard line. Moody snap back, inside give. Watkins again up to the 46-yard line, and that's going to leave them with 3rd down 1. And these are the downs that you want, 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2.
Well, you got the big offensive guys up there. Let's get that push going.
Tempo for the Eagles. Moody's got them set from the 46. It's a 3rd down 1. Watkins straight ahead. He's inside Tiger territory. Down to the 48-yard line. Another Redfin Pools Eagle first down. And now the Brock offense has found a little bit of rhythm.
When you go run, we talked about them throwing the ball. Their first drive, pass. The Eagles have had 4 runs to number 25, and they've already got 27 yards on 4 carries.
Watkins, 120 carries coming in, 851 yards, 20 touchdowns on the ground. That's an average of 7.6 per carry. Brock's going to go empty set here. 3 down linemen for the Tigers, 4 wide receivers. 4:02 remains in this Rockin' F first quarter. Malakoff 3, Brock 0. Moody, straight drop, looking, trying to set up a slip screen. Finney caught it, but Malakoff all over it. It's a loss of 1 back to the 49, and it brings up 2nd down 11.
I really feel like that play was to set up something else, because if there was that many 3 or 4 guys that were there defensively to stop Finney, then somebody is wide open, buddy, somewhere else. And you had Watkins one-on-one on this left side by himself, and it looked like Moody could have gone to him on a fade route if he wanted to.
Watkins remains the lone back. Cotton Tanner in. Jackson Hart out.
And we passed the Blue Eagle Construction 49 or 50-yard line that time on the 49 now.
Reed Watkins sets up to Moody's left. Brewster in motion left to right. Straight drop. Brewster moved in motion just a little too quick. Penalty is down. The pass is caught, but this is going to come back. Brewster moved up the field just a little too early, and Coach Mathis is in his ear about it. That's a big one. It was a first down all the way down to the 31-yard line, but nonetheless, it's coming all the way back.
I think Coach Mathis is telling him, you're not in that play. You don't need to get upfield right now. You're not even in the play. And here, of course it happens that we do the false start or the illegal motion, and we get a plenty for the line to gain. And now, again, we've never seen this before. We've got second and long yardage.
Look at the difference. We're at the 46 versus the Tiger 31-yard line, and now we set down at second down 17.
That's 10 yards of penalties already against the Eagles.
Jet Jones, single receiver left. Brewster and Finney to the far side. Watkins remains the lone back. Straight drop for Moody. Looking, he's got time. Deep slant. Pass intended for Jet Jones. And it's going to bring up third down long. And we're behind the chains.
Jones has been targeted one time. Tanner targeted one time. And that Finney's targeted a couple of times, but here's the difference. It looked like Jones settled down in a spot there, tried to go down to the ground to catch the ball. It was just a little bit behind him. If it would have been ahead of him, it may have been picked off.
Quick check on the Rutledge Realty out-of-town scores. It's Edna 7, Franklin 0 in the other semifinal. Brock has third down 17 from their own 46. Moody straight drop, rolling right, deep. He's got a man. Caught it. Brewster makes up for it, and we're down near where we were beginning. Make it at the 32-yard line. Redfin pulls Eagle first and 10.
That's one of those things where the senior comes back to the senior and says, hey, let me make it up to you guys. Throw me the dang ball, Tyler Moody. I'm open.
And there is the playmaking ability of Tyler Moody, and it's got Brock on the move at the Malakoff 32. We've got 2:27 and counting in this Rockenev first quarter. Malakoff 3, Brock 0. 3 wideouts for Moody. Watkins remains the lone back. 3 down linemen for the Tigers. Again, Brewster in motion left to right. High snap brought in. Here comes Watkins. Puts his pads down. And a big push by the offensive line. And Eric down to the 28-yard line. You settle for this. 4 or 5 yards a pop.
I was just about to say that. Bobby, you are reading my mind. We need to shorten this game up a little bit. And one of the ways you can do after a 4-yard gain, one of the things you can do is just keep running the ball. And we're doing, if we can stay off the false starts and the motions, 4 yards a clip is not a bad deal.
Not at all. It's a 4-yard gain and a second down 6 from the Tiger 28. 3 wide receivers. 1 clap for Moody. Inside give. Watkins cuts it back. Patient running behind his blocks. He's down to the 26-yard line, and it's going to bring up third down and a manageable 3 yards.
But that's exactly what we're talking about. And guess what? You're also in Brody Baker's plenty of Brody Baker range right here. And just like Ramirez kicking the field goal for them, Brody Baker says, I can do this too. I'm not going to be the second best field goal kicker out here today. Give me the opportunity, and I'll take care of it.
Let's see what Coach Christensen dials up here on third down 4. Mark it dead at the 26-yard line. Finney and Brewster to the far side.
11th play of the drive right now.
Watkins remains the lone back. 9 on the play clock. In motion, Brewster this time right to left. He settles in. Now works his way back across to the right. Here comes Watkins. Look at Watkins, busted. Watkins inside the 20, inside the 15, down to the 14-yard line. It's a Redfin pulls. Eagle first down.
Inside the Clear Fork Pharmacy red zone, Reed Watkins, number 25, just keeps getting it done. Give it to him again.
Moody's got him set at the line. 3 wide receivers right, snap back. Watkins, the workhorse, straight ahead. Helmets flying for the end zone. Down to the 2 and the 1. Oh, the helmets are flying. The pads are popping. It's an Eagle first and goal.
They're doing tempo. They're getting up to the line quickly. The Malakoff Tigers just did a substitution. They're on the 1-yard line going in. It's a first and goal from the 1. And Reed Watkins says, Coach, I've been right there the whole time. I'll do it one more time. I'm going right behind Trace Roger. Here we go.
And the replay on the board. If we had next week, we had replay. That might have been a touchdown. First and goal from the 1. Moody's got him set. Reed Watkins the back. He gets it. No, he's going to pull it and keep it. Tyler Moody's in for the Eagle touchdown. What a drive.
The Eagles finish off the first quarter on the last play. They fake handoff to Reed Watkins. There was 11 defensive players that knew Reed Watkins was getting that football. Tyler Moody makes the read, pulls it out, and dives over that goal line for the Texas title touchdown.
7th rushing touchdown of the season for the senior. And now it's a Dale's Pest Control extra point for the senior Brody Baker. Trace Rogers snaps it. Tyler Moody holds it. Line drive kick is up and good. At the end of a Rocket F first quarter now. Brock 7, Malakoff 3. Back in a moment.
Do you have some honey-do projects that don't ever seem to get done? Or maybe you're looking to build your dream home. Terry can do anything from changing out your light bulbs to building you that magnificent custom home. This is Michelle Harkness with Terry's Tool Belt. We are proud members of the Brock community and members of the Brock Business Connections. Check out our website at terrystoolbelt.com or give Terry a call at 817-360-6368 to see what we have to offer. Let us help you make your dream projects come to life and get rid of your honey-do list. Go Eagles!
Teskey's Saddle Shop is one of the most trusted names in the Western industry, with over 100,000 square feet of bits and spurs, saddle, tack and feed, and supplies. They also have the latest Western fashion in the boutique with names such as Cinch, Wrangler, Ariat, North Face, STS, and many more. And don't forget about Teskey's Outdoors with everything from hunting gear, ammunition, scopes, and all the best in outdoor wear. Call 599-3400 or visit them online at teskeys.com.
Welcome back to the Star in Frisco as we move to a Prater Design second quarter. Eric, what a fantastic answer by your Brock Eagles.
Well, it's been a while. I can't even recall. I'm looking back over my notes. It's been a while since we've had a 13-play drive. 5 minutes, 52 seconds off the clock. It ends with 0 on the quarter. And what happened is the Eagles hand the ball off to Reed Watkins 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times in that drive. Out of 13 plays, Reed Watkins got the ball 8 times. And that last play from the 1-yard line, Tyler Moody puts it in the belly of Reed Watkins, and the Plains Capital Bank scoring drive, 5 minutes, 52 seconds off the clock, 75 yards, 13 plays, and finishes the Plains Capital Bank scoring drive with a 1-yard Tyler Moody run. You talked about, let's see Tyler Moody doing some stuff. He's throwing the ball. He's passing the ball. That time they asked him to run the football, and he said, I got it, coach. Scores a touchdown. Dives over with grace.
Dr. Clayton Eye Care kickoff time now for Brody Baker. Back deep, Chancey Hogg, Corey Phillips, and Jason Tennyson for the Tigers. Brody Baker, the lethal kicker. Pooch kick to this near side. It's going to hit and go out of bounds. And a free kick out of bounds will be the penalty, and a DOC Holmes call to the sideline. Jaden?
Guys, I'm just going to tell you up front, if we can keep the penalties down, we got it all day. The holes are there. We're blocking it up. This is the best I've seen us dominate the line of scrimmage in 3 or 4 weeks to control it the way we're doing it. Defensively, if we can find a way to stop these guys, we're going to put some points up in a hurry.
Eric, look what happens when we're 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2.
Well, you have a lot of things you can do, and Tyler Moody certainly likes the 3rd and 1s, the 2nd and 4s, and whenever you get those plays, it gives Blake Christensen a lot more choices to choose from as far as play calling. I mean, you don't have a lot of 3rd and 15 plays. You don't have a lot of 2nd and 20 plays. If you keep those things down to a minimum, then that gives the offense and Blake Christensen, you got a lot of 3rd and 1 plays. Usually they go for 8. You got a lot of 2nd and 5 plays. Usually they go for 9 or 10. But when you get your backs against the wall and you have a long down and distance, you get behind the chains, that's kind of tough. You really have to, everybody has to do a really good job, execute on that one play. They were able to do it a couple of times on that 22-yard pass play by Moody to Brewster, but it's not going to be all the time.
So the free kick out of bounds, they've elected to make Brock kick it again, and it's going to go out of bounds again. So the penalty flag flies. Let's see if we back Brody Baker up to the 30 and make us kick it again. Yeah, the clock is still running. I'm not sure why.
Well, I'm sure
still
the
running.
officials are going to say, what's going on?
There it is, stopped. And they're going to back Brock up. Now Brody Baker will be kicking from his 30.
Well, you got probably your best 3 defenders or your returners and runners back there in Phillips, Hogg, and Tennyson. and you don't want to kick to them. But you know what I just noticed? Look at that right there. That's right at the 30, 35-yard line. That's a big hole right there. And it's not like we haven't done something like that before.
Brody Baker, a good positional kicker, lines up now from his 30. Tennyson, the deep back, at his 15 now. And that's exactly what he does. Pooch kick now to the far side. And Hogg from his 30. Brock, great coverage. But, you know, with the short field there, it's going to make it all the way up to the 39-yard line.
That big number 21 out there making a play. He's been looking for an opportunity to get his name called. 21 gets out there and makes a heck of a play.
And now let's watch this Brock Eagles defense settle in now. This will be Malakoff's second possession as we are 11:54 mark on the McGuire Team Clark Real Estate second quarter scoreboard. It's Brock 7, Malakoff 3.
I need to see Hunter Fay right here, Trace Roger. They need to get in there and stop that AP gap run by Tennyson.
Roger, Fay, Courtney, and Harris up front. Malakoff set from their own 39, inside give, and this is going to be Jackson up to the 41. Check that, that's Tennyson again. A gain of 2, second down, 8.
That's what I was talking about. Kearley right there, number 1, gets in there and sticks his head in there and gets a little help from Cam Harris and stops it for a short gain.
Tennyson will remain the lone back. He makes it up to their own 41-yard line. Second down, 8. 4 wide receivers, 3 left and 1 right. Malakoff, all black jerseys with the gold helmets. Straight drop, empty set now. Here comes Cam Harris on the rush. Here comes Cam. He buries him back at the 35, and there is the single season record for Cam Harris.
Cam Harris was chasing after him. If you've watched Jones in any other games that he's played, he likes to stand back there behind the pocket and run around a little bit to find somebody deep open, but he's never had somebody like number 44, Cam Harris, coming right behind him, and Harris puts the big tackle on Jones, a loss of 36, 5 yards on that play.
Third down, 13. Cam Harris now with 18 sacks on the season. Tight end in motion right to left. Third and long, straight drop, Jones. Here comes the rush again, flings it out near side, incomplete, and now fourth down long.
Number 25 for the Tigers was supposed to run a 10-yard out route. He ran a go route, and Jones and him are just not even on the same page.
And if they do punt this, what a great stand by the Brock Eagles defense, and now it's going to be Watkins and Finney back deep as they await the punt.
It's been a while since we've had somebody other than the quarterback for the opponent that was the punter.
Studley stands at his 23-yard line, wrangles in a high snap, high hanging kick, and this is going to hit at the Eagle 33 and take an Eagle bounce up to the 35-yard line and bring on this Brock Eagles offense again. First and 10 from their 36.
The Eagles score, both teams score 1 time in the first quarter. A 3-point score for the Tigers, a 7-point score for the Eagles, and the Eagles just barely got that touchdown in the first quarter. But now, here we go. Prater design second quarter. We've been waiting for this now. Here we go now.
Jet Jones, single receiver to the far side. Cannon Stevens, the sophomore, and Finney lines up here on the near side in twins. Moody and shotgun at the 30. Stands on his 30. Inside give, Tutter. Tutter's got a seam at the 40. Tutter up to the 45-yard line. Brett Tutter with the Redfin pulls Eagle first down.
That's the kind of running that I was expecting Brett Tutter to do. This Malakoff Tiger defense is almost exactly the one you want to dial up for what Brett Tutter is really good at doing. He's fast, he's quick, he moves around like a pinball in the pinball machine.
Moody's got him set first and 10 from their own 45. Now he's going to look to the sideline. It's Cannon Stevens and Finney on the far side. Jet Jones near side. Tutter remains the lone back. 4 down lineman for the Tigers. Inside give. And this is Tutter. He's going to have a couple. He's up to the 47-yard line. Second down, 8.
I saw him trip over one of his offensive linemen there. He planted his foot trying to get back up in there. He stepped on somebody else's foot, and it just knocked him down. He wasn't able to have the balance he needed on that play.
Moody getting them set for a second down, 8. He claps once. It's a hard count. No movement there. How did we get here? Brock beat Iowa Park 48-0, Muleshoe 57-20, Bushland 51-27, and then Whitesboro last week 30-19. Second down, 8, 9-10 remains. Second quarter, straight drop. Moody's flushed from the pocket, right. Now he's got a man. Flags fly, but that was an interception.
Yep.
Down at the 43-yard. No, now they're going to rule it incomplete. They're going to say it hit the turf. And now let's check the flag that sits at the Eagle 42.
I think it's going to be holding.
Well,
DOC called sidelines. Jay, did you see that one?
Yeah, so we've got a hold for sure. He did wave that as an incomplete pass. That dude caught it all day long, but he ruled it incomplete. So we're going to get a hold here, though, which is a good thing for what we just went through.
We'll take that. And I'm not sure we'll get a replay on the big board on that one. Referee trying to sort this one out with Coach Jamie Driscoll over here. So an incomplete pass would make it third down 8 or second down 18.
The line judge, side judge actually, the side judge is telling the head coach Driscoll that he saw the ball hit the ground. He's right there next to it. He's within 4 yards of it. So unless he was blocked off by it, he was right there next to it. And the coach is still in his ear. Coach, here's the deal. I'm holding you back. I'm trying to keep you from getting kicked out of the game. I know it's a lot of intensity going on out here, but I'm going to call it. Did it hit the ground? What do you want me to do? Change the call now? Everybody saw me call incomplete. Now you want me to change the call?
Second down 18. Moody's got him set with 4 wide receivers. He's going to roll left. Moody looking, heaves it deep. Got a man over there. Lots of contact, and this is an interception. Down at the Tiger 32-yard line. Pass intended. I believe that was Cannon Stevens. It's a turnover for the Eagles, and the Tigers take over at their own 32.
It looked like Moody was trying to throw the ball up. He's going to his odd hand side. He throws it up, and we've talked about it before where the receivers just say, hey, coach, throw me the ball. I don't think Moody knew who was out there at the receiver position that time. That is not normally one that he throws the ball up to, but if it would have been Brewster or if it had been Jones, I can see him doing that, but I just haven't seen him do that to Stevens earlier this year.
All right, bring on this Brock Eagles defense again. 1st and 10 Tigers from their own 32-yard line. 8:54 remains in this Prater design second quarter. Brock 7, Malakoff 3. Fake the inside give. Straight drop Jones. Here comes the rush. Deep middle, but he's overshot everyone. He might have had to release that just a little bit early because of the rush from Cam Harris.
Is there a flag out there? A lot of whistles going on. I see a flag down here at the 35.
Yeah, way down here at the 35. There's a
sideline warning. There you go. Sideline warning, so I don't think that's anything. They give him a warning, and next time it's something. But the thing that I noticed about Jones, and he's warming up out here, he does a lot of technique when he throws. It's like he over-techniques. He throws that left arm as a balance, but he doesn't use his shoulders that much when he throws the ball, and therefore he's just been inconsistent on his yardages.
Reed Watkins, free safety as they walk Finney up in coverage. Man in motion. Fake the inside give. Here comes Jones. Brock wrangles him in at the 35-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 7.
And that's Cooper Massey up there again, making those plays. I was really hoping that 15, 1, and 2 were going to have a big game. I was thinking that 52, 54, 77, 44, 32, and 57, all those guys would be doing good on that defensive line. But if they held them up, that they would have to do good. Also, go ahead. DOC called the sidelines real quick.
Hold on, guys.
Never mind, coming back.
3rd down 7 from the 35-yard line. Jones has them set with 3 wideouts. Straight drop. Here comes the rush. They force him from the pocket. He escapes the first wave. Here comes Kearley. Deep heaves near side. Intercepted. Finney at the 40. Out of bounds at the 43. And Carson Finney returns the favor with his 6th pick of the year.
Right as Jones is throwing the football, because his motion takes so long to complete, it looked like Fay was right there on him, touched his elbow just a little bit, and kept him from being able to complete the pass. He only needed to throw it about 3 more yards, but Carson Finney, number 3, is right there on him.
DOC Holmes called to the sideline. Just like the offensive line, Jaden, this defensive line's getting home.
I'm telling you guys, both sides of the ball, defensive line, Cam's screaming around that corner. He had to step up to get out of his way that time. He's trying to figure out what he can do to avoid him, and in the process, he's putting pressure on him and forcing errant throws like that up. If we will clean up our offense, this is our game, guys. We just got to clean up what we're doing on offense and do what we do best.
From their own 42-yard line, 1st and 10 Eagles, pistol formation with Watkins behind him. 2 wide receivers left. Cam Harris, the fullback. Here comes Watkins. Pounds away, only a yard gain up to the 43-yard line. 2nd down, 9.
Eagles give up the football at 8:55 on the clock. They get the football back at 7:55 on the clock. So only 1 minute off the time. They're almost exactly right back where they were when they threw that pass.
Finney checks in. Cam Harris checks out. That'll be Jet Jones to the far side. Cannon Stevens will be a receiver on the near side with Finney. Jackson Hart, the tight end. Reed Watkins will be the lone setback on a 2nd down, 9. We're at the 7:20 mark of this Prater designed second quarter. It's Brock 7, Malakoff 3. 1 clap, inside give. Watkins, he gets behind the line. Watkins pounds away all the way up to the Blue Eagle Construction 50-yard line, and it's going to bring up 3rd down, 2.
7-yard pickup right at the Blue. How many times has it happened that they're right at the Blue Eagle Construction 50-yard line and Eagles are going tempo?
Quick set now for the Eagles. Bunch set. 3 wide receivers near side. Watkins alone back. Fake the inside give. Caught. Cannon Stevens, the sophomore, caught it inside Tiger territory. A Redfin pulls Eagle 1st down to the 47.
A quick throw out to Stevens on the side. It looked like he put the ball in the belly of 25 Watkins. The defense converged. He gets it out quickly to Stevens and picks up just enough for the Redfin pool 1st down.
Cannon Stevens remains in the ball game. He'll line up twins with Carson Finney, far side. Jet Jones near side. Watkins remains the lone back on an Eagle 1st and 10 from the Malakoff 47. 4 down lineman for the Tigers. Single deep. Inside give again, Watkins. The Eagles content just to pound the rock, and their 4-yard gain down to the 43-yard line. It's going to bring up 2nd down, 6.
We've talked about this throughout the years, Bobby, that other teams try to shorten the game so we can't get the football. This is a time where we can do that now with our running game and our offensive line, that we can slow down this game or speed up the game and get the yardage behind them.
It's an Eagle 2nd down, 4. Moody looks to the sideline. Watkins remains the lone back. Jones to the far side. It's Cannon Stevens. Carson Finney near side. Jackson Hart tight right. As Brock offensive line dominant early. Once again, here comes Watkins. Watkins puts his pads down, and a great gain down to the 38. It's going to end up being a 3rd down, 1.
That's exactly what you want. So you're telling your offensive line that since they don't ever huddle up, you can't really say this, but hey, listen to the clap of your shepherd right here.
From the Malakoff 38. It's a 3rd down and about 1.5 yards. 3 wide receivers right. Here comes Watkins. Watkins pounding inside the 35. He's down to the 34. It's a Redfin pulls. Eagle 1st down for the junior Watkins.
I bet in that time where the Malakoff Tigers offense had the ball, I bet Coach Brewster and Coach Mathis were over there on the side talking to this offensive line and said, you guys are in charge of this game. You guys control this game. You do your job, and we're going to the stadium.
3 wide receivers right. Watkins the lone setback. It's an Eagle 1st and 10 market at the Malakoff 34-yard line. Brock leads at 7-3, 4:33 and counting on the McGuire Team Clark Real Estate second quarter scoreboard. Here comes Watkins, inside give. Offensive line pushing. Gain of 2 down to the 32, 2nd down, 8.
It looks like that time he just got a little chopped up with his footwork right there. Oh, I see it now. There was the man, one of his men were on the ground. He got to step around him, step over him, jump over him. Golly bomb at the state semifinals.
Jet Jones will run to the far side. Cannon Stevens, Carson Finney near side. Same personnel setup for the Eagles. Moody's got him set on a 2nd down, 8. Play clock at 10. Second quarter clock at 3:50. Empty set now as Watkins is in motion. Straight drop. Flush from the pocket right is Moody. Deep ball, Finney. Lots of contact. No flag.
All right, we saw something different right there that they haven't done very much. They brought another down lineman in there to stop that run. When they did, that put Watkins out there by himself with nobody around him. The corner went with Watkins to the end zone, and Jet Jones was right there by himself. Moody rolls out the other way. I'm sure the coaches up in the booth saw that play and saw what happens when they put that extra down lineman. So they had 4 down linemen. They had one standing up on the end, and the Eagles now see something that they can do offensively to cause the Malakoff Tigers defense to make an adjustment.
It's 3rd down 8. Clock stop 3:40 in this Prater design second. 3 wide receivers. Moody, inside draw play. Watkins bangs his way inside the 35, inside the 25. Reed Watkins down to the 24. A huge Redfin pulls first down.
Wow. Coach Mathis giving the roll the dice signal over there. Let's roll him up, offensive line. He's getting into this thing with the offensive line. Guys, keep road grading up there for number 25.
Moody's brought him straight back to the line. 3 wide receivers here near side. Snap back. Watkins again. Bounces it outside. Watkins inside the 20. Inside the 15. Inside the 10. Reed Watkins down to the 7. It's a Redfin pulls. Eagle first and goal. 17-yard gain for the junior. And the Brock faithful on their feet with a great drive here by the Eagles.
11th play of the drive coming up right now. The Eagles start on their own end. And here they go down inside the Clear Fork Pharmacy red zone.
As we go under the 3-minute mark of this Prater design second quarter, first and goal from the 7. Moody's got him set. Finney and Jones near side, Cannon Stevens far side. Inside give. Watkins bounces it outside. Reed Watkins spins into the end zone, and the Eagles extend. Once again, a phenomenal drive.
Reed Watkins gets the ball over the left side, and he just told his guys, I got this, as he walks it in and does a spin move right at the goal line, and Reed Watkins, number 25, scores this time after all those rushes he had in the first drive. This time he had a bunch of rushes, but they give it to him for the Texas title touchdown.
Reed Watkins in for his 21st rushing touchdown of the season. And now Brody Baker on for Adele's Pest Control extra point. High snap, athletic play by Moody. And the kick is up and good, but I believe we have a flag down at the 3.
I think they hit our center.
Moody made an athletic snag of that ball, and I believe he was D.O.C. Holmes called to the sideline. He was standing up when he had the ball down.
Yeah, guys, that was a little bit of dirty there, I think, and Trace is holding his head. Not a good deal.
Personal foul, the call against Malakoff. So they'll take that on the kickoff. The extra point is up and good. Brock leads it 14-3. 2:44 remaining in the second quarter. Back in a moment on the Brock Sports Network.
For over 25 years, Texas Tire Sales has been the tire, wheel, and complete auto repair shop that Parker County residents turn to for fast, friendly service and top quality new and used tires at discount prices. Texas Tire Sales stocks over 10,000 tires and carries most all major brands, including Toyo, BF Goodrich, Michelin, Goodyear, Firestone, and many more. Visit Texas Tire Sales at 905 Fort Worth Highway. Buy local at Texas Tire Sales. Texans serving Texans since 1990.
Welcome back to a Fathom Inc. broadcast booth. Bobby Gordon, Eric Morris, Rob Matthews, Jaden Winfrey from Frisco tonight. Brock leads at 14-3, a great drive.
Well, we have a Plains Capital Bank scoring drive. There's so much that happened throughout that series, throughout this Prater design second quarter. But the biggest thing is, in the Plains Capital Bank scoring drive, 5 minutes, 11 seconds off the clock, 58 yards, ending in a 7-yard run by number 25, Reed Watkins. But the players to watch on that last drive was the big guys up front, and they did what they had to do. There was a penalty on that last play where unsportsmanlike, and this time Brody Baker is going to see if he can kick it through the uprights in the star.
He's going to kick from the Malakoff 45-yard line, and it's just an onside kick here in a rush. And luckily the hands team was ready for it. Malakoff covers it at the 32-yard line. Brody Baker was on the scene.
I thought he was going to sell it. Right there. Take a big kick at this, barely touch it. Just barely touch it. Good job. The Eagles defense now coming out there. Last drive, Malakoff had the football 3 plays on the third play, an interception after Harris is right there on the quarterback. He threw a bad pass, and Finney ends up with the football.
Here comes the Malakoff offense. The sophomore Mike Jones getting them set. From his own 33-yard line, they've got 1st and 10, 2:44 on the clock. They've got 3 timeouts. Brock has 3 timeouts in their pockets. Empty set for Jones. He'll bring a man in motion. Here comes a little slip screen near side. Pass caught. Brock's going to have to cover this up across the 40 and up to the 46-yard line. And
is that Dunaway?
Check that, Austin Massengill for the Lions.
55.
And that is Mr. Dunaway, Hyatt Dunaway, the junior, making the tackle.
It looks like they're trying to save Brewster for offense right now, and Dunaway's out there helping out on the defense.
From the Lion 46, 1st down 10. Straight drop, looking, here comes the rush, big hit, he unloads, near side, pass caught, but out of bounds, flag, and are they going to get us for a late hit down there?
Yes.
It's possible that we were a little bit late. He threw the ball, it was out of bounds anyways, but they're going to get us on the penalty. They're going to end up getting the football at the 38-yard line going in after this mark-off here. 39 going in.
Just a step late there. And now they're inside Eagle territory, 2:13. You don't want to give up something here after a great second quarter. Let's see if this Brock Eagles defense can pin their ears back here. 1st and 10, Tigers from the Eagle 39. Twins left, single receiver right. Tennyson the lone back. Check that, that's Jackson. He's in motion, empty set, quarterback draw. Jones plugs it ahead, but the Eagles are all over it, and that's Luke Kearley. Wrangles them in after a 2-yard gain. 2nd down 8.
The guys that I really was hoping that was going to have the game of their lives, other than the linemen, was going to have to be those linebackers. And Massey, Dunaway, and Kearley are in there. I think looks what they've done right now, Bobby. It looks like they've put Dunaway as the middle linebacker, and they put Cooper over there in Brewster's spot.
It's a 2nd down 8. Fake the inside give. They try the slip screen. Look out, it's caught. 30. Down to the 25, 20. Brock trying to run him out of bounds. They do. Not before he reaches the 10-yard line. And that is Corey Phillips for the Tigers. Reed Watkins shoves him out of bounds, but it's a Tiger 1st and goal.
Well, we knew Malakoff was going to do something offensively. It's the first time in 3 weeks that they haven't scored on their very first drive on a touchdown. I'm sorry. They scored last 3 weeks in a row of a touchdown, a field goal, and this time a field goal. But now they're inside the 10-yard line, and the defense has got to pick it up right here.
Damian Jackson in pistol formation behind Jones, and they're going to option it to him. He's got room on the far side, and look at that pursuit out there by the Eagles defense. They wrangle him in after a gain of 1 down to the 9, and that's it.
A big play by 55 Hyatt Dunaway. Hey, coach, needs you to come in and do a job. He puts contain out there on him, makes him cut it back in, and here comes the troops, Kearley and Finney. But what a good play by number 55.
So we have 1:10 remaining in this Prater-designed second quarter. The ball rests at the Eagle 9-yard line, 2nd down goal. 3 wide receivers left and 1 right. Straight drop. Looking. Now he's going to tuck it and try to run. Dakota Courtney wrangles him in after a gain of 1 down to the 8. And now a big 3rd down goal coming up.
He had a man open. 25 was running open in between the hash marks. No one was even covering him, but he couldn't see him because the rush was so big. He had to make a decision to try to run the ball. He picks up 1. And the Eagles need to make one more stop here, and let's turn this into a field goal.
We go under 30 seconds. Tigers more than likely are going to take a timeout, a Texas butane timeout. We'll take one with them. 26 seconds remain in the second quarter. Brock 14, Malakoff 3.
This is Heath Wallace, owner of Wallace Spray Foam and Ameritex Concrete Services. For over 22 years, I've used the philosophy, do it right or don't do it at all. Same is true with Ameritex Concrete Services. Let Wallace do your next spray foam or concrete job to show you how it's done right. Visit us at wallacesprayfoam.com or call 817-992-1871.
You need to call Wallace Spray Foam. You need to call Wallace Spray Foam.
I I love Willow Park Baptist Church. The minute you walk in the doors, they love you like your family.
My life has been changed because of this church.
When you're here, it's special. It really can't be described.
I'm Pastor Clark Bozier. I want to invite you and your family to come and be a part of the incredible things God is doing here. We would love to meet you this Sunday morning at 8:30, 10, or 11:30, or at our evening service at 6 p.m.
Find more information at willowparkbaptist.org. Willow Park Baptist Church, a church on an eternal mission.
Back at the Star in Frisco, we've got a good state semifinal going here. 26 seconds remain in this Prater Design second quarter. Brock 14, Malakoff 3. The ball rests at the Eagle 8. Third down goal.
We did a big research clinic stop right here. We haven't had to use much research so far, but this time we do. Let's go, Eagles.
Jones has them set. 3 wide receivers, straight drop. Here comes the rush. Eagles flushing for the pocket, heaves it in zone. Off the fingertips, incomplete. Now Malakoff has a reliable field goal kicker in Juan Gonzalez, and here he comes onto the field.
That play was long developing. Jones finally sees Tennyson coming out of the backfield, going around the defense, coming back between the S and the Y and Cowboys in the end zone, and the research clinic makes a big stop. And it looks like what they're going to do here is,
well,
the quarterback's a holder, I'm sure. They got plenty of time. They probably, nope, it was incomplete pass, so the clock stopped.
Stopped 20 seconds remaining. 25-yard field goal for Gonzalez. Kick is blocked, and the kick bounces far side, out of bounds. And the Brock Eagles defense has held.
Research clinic third down, research clinic fourth down. The Eagles, even though they give up a bend, they don't break, and the Eagles defense shuts them down inside the 10-yard line. They block the field goal attempt, and right now the Malakoff faithful are concerned about what is going on with our kicking game and what's going on with our offense right now.
DOC Holmes called to the sideline. Jaden, I didn't catch you. Caught that ball.
No, guys, but the intensity down here is unbelievable. It's giving me the chills down there because I haven't seen this like this all year. We're fired up. We're firing on all cylinders. We're winning the line of scrimmage, and these guys with Malakoff, there's already frustration. Shake's head. They got their hands on their hips. They're frustrated because they haven't had it handed to them all year till today.
So from the 25-yard line, we've got 14 seconds remaining in this half. Brock does have 3 timeouts, but we're just going to take a knee and get to halftime. And you couldn't ask for a better half, Eric.
You couldn't ask for a better half, but we're going to do a Texas butane timeout right now. The Eagles want to talk about it with 14 seconds left in the Prater Design second quarter. We had a great Comfort Kitchen third quarter just a couple of weeks ago. What a great Prater Design second quarter. The Eagles not only score on offense, but stop the other team on defense. Right back after this on Brock Sports Network.
Fathom Inc. is proud to sponsor the Brock Eagles and is locally owned and operated, specializing in high-quality printing for schools, churches, and businesses. Custom printed apparel, embroidery, banners, promotional items, and fundraising and spiritware stores, Fathom Inc. will do everything in their power to make sure each order meets their high standards of quality, competitive pricing, and quick delivery time. Call 855-778-4548 for Fathom Inc. If you can fathom it, they can ink it.
Welcome back to a Fathom Inc. broadcast booth from the Star in Frisco. Brock 14, Malakoff 3, and a quick Rutledge Realty out-of-town score. The other state semifinal, it's Edna 24, Franklin 17.
That's pretty unexpected, but it looks like the Eagles may just kneel on this one right here.
1st and 10 from their own 25. Moody snap back, takes a knee, and that should take us to halftime, and it will. And what a great second quarter. What a great atmosphere. Brock will take it to halftime, leading 14-3. In just a moment, we'll have Coach Mathis with Jaden.
Jaden, there goes Mathis. He's sprinting down the sideline. You better hurry up and get over there.
He's ready for me.
I see him. Great crowd across the way. We could hear him in a closed booth up here.
I've seen this show before a couple of times, and we've got to keep the intensity up in the second half.
Waiting on Coach Mathis to get with Jaden. Coming up at halftime.
Coach, great start to the first half on the semifinal round.
Yeah, wasn't bad. You know, we still got to get a better push on the defensive line, right? We got to get some more pressure up there on them. right? They're too good. You know, they hit a couple of those screens on us. They're too fast for us to be able to give them that much room. Great job right there on special teams, right? Good job of laying out. So got to come out this second half and do what we do and light them up this second half and go finish this thing.
All right, good luck, Coach. No rebuttal on that one, guys.
Was there on the other hand, Jay? Did you have it on the other hand ready to go for him?
Yeah, I had a follow-up question, but I left that one alone.
We're at halftime at the Ford Center. It's Brock 14, Malakoff 3 coming up. It's the Mr. Jim's Pizza halftime show. Back in a moment on the Brock Sports Network.
Bell Stone is a proud sponsor of Brock Eagles and Lady Eagles, serving Weatherford, Aledo, Willow Park, Fort Worth, Southlake, and the surrounding area with landscape materials, natural stone, pavers, patio stone, and masonry for ponds, retaining walls, outdoor kitchens, fire pits, and more. Bell Stone has an experienced staff available to assist in product selection and can help you with all aspects of your construction project. Contractors, architects, homeowners welcome. Visit Bellstone online or stop by their location, 4801 East I-20 in Willow Park. Call 817-441-9590 for Bellstone. Go Eagles!
Big Earl with Brilbury Real Estate at 1130 FM 1189 is the go-to man for your next real estate transaction in Brock or the surrounding North Texas area. Have land or a home to sell? Or are you looking for a place to live in the Brock area? Call Big Earl at 325-203-2972. That's 325-203-2972. Bilbury Real Estate says go Eagles and Lady Eagles. Brent Goff Financial Services has been serving the financial needs of individuals, families, and business owners for more than 24 years, striving to develop long-term relationships and providing viable strategies for every element of the wealth management equation. Visit Brent Goff Financial Services on 1187 in Aledo and ask him about retirement planning, financial planning, and risk management, or call him at 817-631-0816. Brent Goff Financial Services says, go Eagles!
When you need a new roof on your home or commercial property, give Brock Roofing and Construction a call. This is April Parr, owner of Brock Roofing and proud supporter of your Brock Eagles. We are family-owned, local, and will always put relationships over transactions. Think you have hail damage? We offer free roof inspections and can answer any questions you may have about the insurance process. Find us on Instagram or Facebook, or better yet, give us a call at 817-307-6153. Roll Brock.
Real estate in Texas requires attention to detail. Real estate in Parker County also requires attention to customer needs. At the Cates Group, we specialize in both. Whether it be residential, farming, ranch, or commercial, we provide the detail and service needed to get the best deal for you and to get it closed. Listing your property or finding the best deal in town? Visit us right here in Brock or check us out on our Facebook page. The Cates Group, your Brock real estate brokerage. Go Eagles and Lady Eagles from the Cates Group.
Fuzzy's Taco Shop is your one-stop taco shop for breakfast, brunch, lunch, dinner, hang time, game time. You get the picture. Our Fuzzy's Baja-inspired tacos, nachos, burritos, and fresh salads are perfect for any time of the day. Grab your ticket stub and head into your local Weatherford Fuzzy's today or tomorrow for free chips and queso with a $5 purchase.
For over 33 years, Lightfoot Mechanical has been providing prompt, professional, and friendly service to their customers throughout North Texas. Lightfoot Mechanical is the area's premier choice for air conditioning, heating, plumbing, and electrical services. Backed by their exclusive lifetime workmanship warranty and their 100% customer satisfaction guarantee. Call Lightfoot Mechanical today, 817-596-0309, or stop by 1026 Fort Worth Highway, or visit them online at lightfootmechanical.com.
Greetings to all you fans of
Welcome back to the Star in Frisco for the state semifinal. It is a Mr. Jim's Pizza halftime show. And now for the Ryan McDonald State Farm Insurance stats, here's Eric Morris.
Well, the Eagles are on offense first. Let's see. They were on offense first. They didn't get down there. They punt. The Malakoff Tigers go first down. Then they get close to the end zone. The Eagles make a big stop and hold them to 3 points on that first drive. The Eagles on the Ryan McDonald State Farm halftime stats, Eagles score 7 in the first, 7 in the second. Your game leaders right now, Tyler Moody, 4 for 8, 46 yards. Reed Watkins, 17 carries, 113 yards, 1 touchdown. Moody also has a carry for a touchdown. Zach Brewster, 2 catches, 44 yards, and none bigger than that one for 22 yards on the third and whatever it was, 15, 18 yards. The team stats on plays, the Eagles have 31 plays to Malakoff 21, 179 yards to Malakoff 128. The time of possession is just unbelievable, 15 minutes to 9 minutes. That's really big. Rush attempts, 10 for 29 for Malakoff, 23 for 133 for the Eagles. We talked about maybe in the beginning how we thought that Malakoff was going to try to run the ball with 22 and with Jackson, number 5. And so far, they've gotten 29 yards. I think most of those yards have been from Mike Jones. He has 16 of the 29 yards just on his carries, but he also has a sack, so it may have counted off. Mike Jones, 6'11", for 99 yards passing. Zach Studley, number 25, 2 receptions for 42 yards for Malakoff. The Eagles do have a couple of penalties, 6 for 45 to 0 for Malakoff. We traded off interceptions. And let's see, Eagles have 13 first downs, Malakoff 6. Let me go to the, do we have any defense? Hold on a second, hold on. Oopsies. Hold on. Okay, oh, here it is, I found it. Luke Kearley. So here's the guys I thought were going to have big games. Number 1, number 2, number 55, number 15. Right now, Luke Kearley is leading with 4 tackles right now. Hyatt Dunaway, who's your middle linebacker right now, 2.5 tackles. Carson Finney, 1.5. Cam Harris, 1.5 with a sack. A tackle for loss. Cooper Massey is right there with him at 1.5. So your top guys are your linebackers and Carson Finney and Cam Harris. Those are your guys that have been making all the tackles right now. If you can stop them where those guys are, then that bodes well for what your defense is doing. Brody Baker, 2 extra points, and that's your Ryan McDonald halftime stats. Thank you, State Farm. And I did hear, by the way, that Ryan McDonald is a good name.
Let's talk a little bit about a huge blocked field goal there. They get the ball coming out second half. So to come away scoreless was huge.
The special teams doesn't get a lot of credit, whatever it is. But Brody Baker's been so good throughout this season that we just come to expect the quality of what he does. And he's out there even right now working on kicking to this side. And the Malakoff Tigers, Ramirez is a good kicker also. He comes from the left side, so obviously he's a southpaw. But it's a different way to come and block the ball from a left-footed kicker, from a right-footed kicker, because of where the holder is. And that left an opening right there for the defensive person to come in and block the ball. First of all, it stops their momentum because they were driving. They had that long pass to get down inside the 7-yard line or get in there close. But then the Eagles were able to stop them. If they could have just got that field goal to end that drive, that'd at least give us some momentum, and we get the ball coming out in the second half. But this time, the Eagles stop them and only give up the 3 points in the first quarter and hold them scoreless in the second quarter. We've been looking for this first half for a while, offensively and defensively, but I've seen this show before. I don't want to even mention the times that I've seen it before. What has to happen right now, Bobby and Jaden, is the Eagles have to keep up the intensity. They need to be saying in there, keep up the intensity. Malakoff Tigers going to make some adjustments out there. We know what those adjustments probably are going to be. Stop the running game of Reed Watkins and Brett Tutter. And the defense has got to also make some adjustments. Our defense has to make some adjustments in giving up those screen passes. You heard Coach Mathis talking about they've been successful in those screen passes. So I look forward to seeing that, but we've got to keep up the intensity in this second half.
All right, when we come back, we'll get into our keys to the second half victory for the Eagles. We're at halftime in a Mr. Jim's Pizza halftime show. Brock 14, Malakoff 3. Back in a moment.
The Brock Eagles. This is Mr. Jim from Mr. Jim's Pizza. Nothing goes together better than Eagles football and Mr. Jim's Pizza. Go to Mr. Jim's Pizza. That's MRJIMS Pizza. And order now. Use the code EAGLES and get 15% off your entire order. Go Eagles!
Pathway Rehabilitation Sports Therapy in Brock offers all forms of therapy such as physical, occupational, and speech therapy. Pathway Rehabilitation has been providing the highest quality rehab services to patients in acute care, skilled nursing, home health, sport, and orthopedic rehab since 2014. Give them a call at 940-490-0022 or visit their website at pathwayrehab.net. Wishing Brock the best of luck in tonight's game. Go Eagles from Pathway Rehabilitation.
Hello, Eagle fans. This is Dr. Chris Wusterhausen, the owner of the Research Clinic. When I founded the Research Clinic in 2008, my goal was to help as many Parker County residents achieve maximal health both physically as well as mentally. The Research Clinic is proud to offer bioidentical hormone replacement, vitamin IV infusions, a vast array of cosmetic procedures, stem cell and PRP therapies, as well as concierge medicine. If you're ready to see what the Research Clinic has to offer you, give us a call at 817-599-9902 or go to theresearchclinic.com.
Riverstone Veterinary Hospital in Brock offers a complete range of veterinary services, including routine vaccinations, hospitalization, critical care, major and minor surgery, dental services, and emergency calls. Dr. Ryan Cate and his staff at Riverstone Veterinary Hospital specialize in large and small animal care and also offer boarding services. Visit Riverstone Veterinary Hospital at 1421 FM 1189 in Brock, Riverstone Veterinary Hospital. Online at riverstonevet.com.
Roger Williams Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Weatherford is always committed and supportive of the community and the youth of Brock, and would like to invite you and your family out to visit their new family-owned dealership on I-20 West in Weatherford. Besides, everyone and their dog knows Roger Williams makes the best deals. Go Eagles from Roger Williams Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Weatherford.
Welcome back to the Mr. Jim's Pizza halftime show. Brock leads it 14-3. And before we move to second half keys, let's check in on our first half keys. Eric, one of those was staying in front of the chains. Not so much in the first quarter, but it was corrected in the second quarter.
I really think that after the offensively, after the Brewster motion penalty, I think the coach really had it in. Because, you know, if you're a sophomore, you're a junior, and you have a false start, you chip off sides or whatever, those seniors, they like to hold you accountable. But and the coaches like to hold them accountable. Those guys got to see the coach doesn't play favorites. He's on Brewster also. He's on the seniors also. And everybody said to a man, you know, we got to cut this out. And since they did, they were able to do that on offense. They had the one roughing the passer call on defense. It was probably, I don't know if it's ticky-tack, but it was right at the end. And when you can keep the ball in front of the chains, when you can get the 2nd and 5s, the 3rd and 1s, when you can continue to do that, you can do really good stuff offensively. And I'm looking forward to the Eagles continuing to do a lot of Reed Watkins, 4 yards, 3 yards, and a cloud of rubber pellets.
Jaden, another check mark box in the first half was dominate up front. And that second quarter, we checked that box off.
Well, guys, I would say we really checked the box from first snap. We were controlling it. We just shot ourselves in the foot with some penalties and stuff like that. We have dominated the line of scrimmage from the first snap, especially on the offensive side of the ball. I mean, it's there. Those 3 and 4 yards at a time. Tutter, guys, he almost broke the one, and he's one hit of the foot away from breaking them. I mean, I haven't seen the holes open up for our run game in quite a few weeks like it is right now. And then even when Tyler drops back and they've got their standard defense, he's got all the time in the world. So now they've had to bring that other defensive lineman up to pressure. They've been sending linebackers. They've been trying to do some different things to get us uncomfortable. And it's really, that's kind of what you saw on that interception. We had some pressure bought, and then when Tyler forced the ball, he probably shouldn't have. But, whole scheme of things up front, I think we can keep pounding and it's there.
All right, now let's move to the second half, Eric. What are your keys to maintaining this lead and moving to AT&T?
Well, you can't start making your hotel reservations just yet. You can't start making the bus trips just yet. You can't start thinking, hey, we'll see you guys next week. All that's out the window right now. You have to put a third quarter together. Then you have to put a fourth quarter together, play by play. Malakoff's going to get the football coming out in the third quarter. They're going to be chomping at the bit. They're going to be ready to go. They're going to be very high, intense football players coming out of the locker room, and the Eagles have to stave off that first wave. If the Eagles can hold defensively and then somehow score even a field goal on the other end, then I think it's going to be a long night for the Malakoff and what they have to do to come back. But the Malakoff Tigers right now have their backs against the wall. And I don't know if you've noticed this for the last 2 weeks. We've seen another team with their backs against the wall, and we've seen how they've done. Well, now that's Malakoff on the other side. And I know we're not Whitesboro. I know we're not Bushland. But those guys have their backs against the wall. All the seniors know this could be their very last game that they play. And you got to come out with the intensity to match theirs in this very first drive. And they're going to make some adjustments. They're going to try to take advantage of those quick screens again. They're going to try to find their running game. Other than the quarterback running, they haven't done anything in the running game. They're going to have to find a running game. Their offensive line is going to be appealed to. The manhood of their offensive line is going to be appealed to in that locker room right now. And the same thing with our defensive line. It's hard to say your back's against the wall when you're up, to keep going, keep doing those things. When your back's against the wall and you're a Badger and you're a Tiger, that's when you start doing things maybe you didn't do before. And I'm just saying, I've seen the Eagles be down in the first half by more than this. I've seen the Eagles be down in the first half a different time by more than this. And we saw what happened. We know what happened. So don't give up right now. Don't let up. Keep running the football. Here's the deal, really, I think, guys, is that I don't think we even have to throw the football right now. They're going to try to put one more man up in the box. We've got a jet sweep game. We've got a quick screen game. We've got an outside running game. But so far, they haven't stopped us up the middle. We've got the blocking schemes going. Coach Brewster has got those guys fitted up on those defensive guys, and we're able to take advantage of their aggressiveness, and our running backs are able to slip through those, and they only get 3 or 4 yards. So what? Fantastic. Just shorten this game. Make the third quarter only last 12 minutes. Make the fourth quarter only last 12 minutes. And if we're able to do that, I think the Eagles are going to end up playing next week. But don't start making those reservations just yet.
Jaden, your keys to this second half.
I think that's it. I think focus on the running game, keep pounding the football. When they bring that other defensive lineman down, have recognition of it, and find those little quick over-the-top passes, stuff like that. But I think keep wearing them. You've got them frustrated. That sideline over there, you got a lot of heads shaking, a lot of hands on the hips. I don't think all season they've had a game where they've been hit in the mouth like we have. I think you continue that. Defensively, I'm like what Billy said, we're off key just a little bit. The little slip screens and stuff like that, we're missing them. We learn how to tie those screens up, get a little bit more pressure on that guy. We can put it away. The main thing coming into this, everybody talked about was how good the Malakoff defense was, and that a lot of people felt like it was better than ours. The way our offense has been able to move the ball was very surprising to me, and it's a great thing. We are firing on all cylinders. Now it's the second half. Can we do this? Think about Whitesboro game at home. We were up 12 at half, had the ball coming out, and we saw what that turned into. Keep the foot on the pedal and finish this thing.
Eric, a big stat moving into the second half is point differential for these ball clubs. Malakoff's point differential is 33. Brock has been there, done that in these tight ball games.
And so what that means is Malakoff can score points. They score points in bunches. They've beaten really good teams this year. They've beaten West. They've beaten Grandview. They found ways to get things done, and I'm sure in their locker room they got seniors too. They got guys that went through 2-a-days. They got guys that went through the weight room. They got guys that were out there when it was 110 degrees in the summer. They got guys that have been through the conditioning practice in the summer deals. They got all those guys too. We've got to decide with our guys that are out there on the field, the 11 guys that are out there for offense or defense, that we are going to outman those people right now, and hope that they did run one more sprint when they could have. We talked about this very early in the year about conditioning. Hope that they did do one more rep in the locker room. Hope they did decide after a tough practice where they were missing stuff, let's get back out there and do it again, and let's do it correctly, and let's make these plays perfect. And hope they did that enough times that now when it counts, when they played those 4 games early this season, that all those things start adding up to success right here on the field in the second half of the state semifinal game at the Star in Frisco.
All right, gentlemen, thank you. That's been a Mr. Jim's Pizza halftime show. Coming up, we'll check in on that other state semifinal. Rutledge Realty out-of-town scores. You're listening to Eagle Football on the Brock Sports Network.
Do you have some honey-do projects that don't ever seem to get done? Or maybe you're looking to build your dream home. Terry can do anything from changing out your light bulbs to building you that magnificent custom home. This is Michelle Harkness with Terry's Tool Belt. We are proud members of the Brock community and members of the Brock Business Connections. Check out our website at terrystoolbelt.com or give Terry a call at 817-360-6368 to see what we have to offer. Let us help you make your dream projects come to life and get rid of your honey-do list. Go Eagles!
Teskey's Saddle Shop is one of the most trusted names in the Western industry, with over 100,000 square feet of bits and spurs, saddle, tack and feed, and supplies. They also have the latest Western fashion in the boutique with names such as Cinch, Wrangler, Ariat, North Face, STS, and many more. And don't forget about Teskey's Outdoors with everything from hunting gear, ammunition, scopes, and all the best in outdoor wear. Call 599-3400 or visit them online at teskeys.com.
For over 25 years, Texas Tire Sales has been the tire, wheel, and complete auto repair shop that Parker County residents turn to for fast, friendly service and top quality new and used tires at discount prices. Texas Tire Sales stocks over 10,000 tires and carries most all major brands including Toyo, BF Goodrich, Michelin, Goodyear, Firestone, and many more. Visit Texas Tire Sales at 905 Fort Worth Highway. Buy local at Texas Tire Sales. Texans serving Texans since 1990.
This is Heath Wallace, owner of Wallace Spray Foam and Ameritex Concrete Services. For over 22 years, I've used the philosophy, do it right or don't do it at all. Same is true with Ameritex Concrete Services. Let Wallace do your next spray foam or concrete job to show you how it's done right. Visit us at wallacesprayfoam.com or call 817-992-1871.
You need to call Wallace Spray Foam. You need to call Wallace Spray Foam.
I love Willow Park Baptist Church. The minute you walk in the doors, they love you like your family.
My life has been changed because of this church.
When you're here, it's special. It really can't be described.
I'm Pastor Clark Bozier. I want to invite you and your family to come and be a part of the incredible things God is doing here. We would love to meet you this Sunday morning at 8:30, 10, or 11:30, or at our evening service at 6 p.m.
Find more information at willowparkbaptist.org. Willow Park Baptist Church, a church on an eternal mission.
Fathom Inc. is proud to sponsor the Brock Eagles and is locally owned and operated, specializing in high-quality printing for schools, churches, and businesses. Custom printed apparel, embroidery, banners, promotional items, and fundraising and spiritware stores, Fathom Inc. will do everything in their power to make sure each order meets their high standards of quality, competitive pricing, and quick delivery time. Call 855-778-4548 for Fathom Inc. If you can fathom it, they can ink it.
Bell Stone is a proud sponsor of Brock Eagles and Lady Eagles, serving Weatherford, Aledo, Willow Park, Fort Worth, Southlake, and the surrounding area with landscape materials, natural stone, pavers, patio stone, and masonry for ponds, retaining walls, outdoor kitchens, fire pits, and more. Bell Stone has an experienced staff available to assist in product selection and can help you with all aspects of your construction project. Contractors, architects, homeowners welcome. Visit Bell Stone online or stop by their location, 4801 East I-20 in Willow Park. Call 817-441-9590 for Bellstone. Go Eagles!
Big Earl with Brilbury Real Estate at 1130 FM 1189 is the go-to man for your next real estate transaction in Brock or the surrounding North Texas area. Have land or a home to sell? Or are you looking for a place to live in the Brock area? Call Big Earl at 325-203-2972. That's 325-203-2972. Bilbury Real Estate says go Eagles and Lady Eagles. Brent Goff Financial Services has been serving the financial needs of individuals, families, and business owners for more than 24 years, striving to develop long-term relationships and providing viable strategies for every element of the wealth management equation. Visit Brent Goff Financial Services on 1187 in Aledo and ask him about retirement planning, financial planning, and risk management, or call him at 817-631-0816. Brent Goff Financial Services says, go Eagles!
When you need a new roof on your home or commercial property, give Brock Roofing and Construction a call. This is April Parr, owner of Brock Roofing and proud supporter of your Brock Eagles. We are family-owned, local, and will always put relationships over transactions. Think you have hail damage? We offer free roof inspections and can answer any questions you may have about the insurance process. Find us on Instagram or Facebook, or better yet, give us a call at 817-307-6153. Roll Brock!
Real estate in Texas requires attention to detail. Real estate in Parker County also requires attention to customer needs. At the Cates Group, we specialize in both. Whether it be residential, farming, ranch, or commercial, we provide the detail and service needed to get the best deal for you and to get it closed. Listing your property or finding the best deal in town? Visit us right here in Brock or check us out on our Facebook page. The Cates Group, your Brock real estate brokerage. Go Eagles and Lady Eagles from the Cates Group.
Welcome back to the Star in Frisco State semifinal action. Brock leads it 14-3 as we get set to kick off Comfort Kitchen third quarter. And Eric, just keep winning quarters.
That's exactly right, Bobby Gordon. We have, I talked to a couple of businesses the other day. I was at the Brock Christmas function over at Silver Star the other day, and I got a chance to talk to Ryan McDonald. I got a chance to talk to Trish Prater. I got a chance to talk to Cayenne Hall over at Fathom Inc. I got a chance to talk to John Stephen over at Texas Tile. I got a chance to talk to some of the guys over there with the Comfort Kitchen people, getting to talk to those people. And the consensus was, in the beginning of the season, 4 losses. Who are we? We're not selling anything. Nothing's going on. Everybody's down in the dumps. This was a plan from the beginning to get to this spot right here. And you heard me talk about with the coach this morning, or in the interview, that those games had to make a difference, and now is where it comes to fruition. We've got to do this for one more half.
Dr. Gleaton, I care kickoff time now. This second half is underway with a high-hanging pooch kick on the far side taken in, and then lots of white jerseys converge on him at the 33-yard line. Check that, he's out to the 34, 1st and 10, Malakoff.
That's got to be a lot of respect that you have for those return guys that you're saying, oh, no, yep. I'm not kicking it over there. The Sonic drive-in, return yardage. I don't know, maybe he had 5 yards. Maybe it was 3 yards. But appreciate the Sonic drive-in. Thanks for the Route 44 Dr. Pepper. Appreciate you guys at the Sonic drive-in. Return yardage.
Here comes the sophomore Mike Jones and this Tiger offense, 1st and 10. Brock leads at 14-3, but this is a quick strike offense in Malakoff. Jones has 2 wide receivers left. He'll send one in motion. Fake the give on the jet inside, and there goes Tennyson. And a big gain on 1st down across the 45 up to the 48, and a quick Tiger 1st down.
They get 14 yards on the first handoff. That was the jet sweep fake and the handoff back up the middle. That's something that I really thought they were going to use, both those running backs, Thunder and Lightning, to be able to make the wide people think they were going there and then come outside. But they pick up 14 yards on that first play.
The single back remains Tennyson on 1st and 10. Jones is going to throw it, far side. Oh, dropped. Had it in his hands at the Brock 46-yard line, incomplete, 2nd down 10.
And that's a little bit of what I just kind of mentioned earlier, is that when Jones throws the football, these guys are not used to the weight and velocity of the ball. He throws a good ball, but it's just they're not catching it. They haven't catched it in a state semifinal before. They haven't caught it against another team in the Star before.
2nd down 10 on a big opening drive for the Tigers from their own 48-yard line. Inside give, Tennyson bounces it outside, trying to get the edge. And he's got it down inside the Eagle 45 to the 44. Reed Watkins brings him in. It's a gain of 8. 3rd down 2.
I really felt like the momentum coming out in the third quarter was going to be with the backs against the wall, these Malakoff Tigers. They're trying to make a drive right now to tell everybody in the stands, their coaches, their teammates, we're still in this. And if they can get down there and score a touchdown, then they will feel like they are still in this. But the Eagles have had to stave off this first emotional drive.
Courtney, Riker, Fay, Harris up front for the Eagles on 3rd down 2. Man in motion left to right. Snap back to Jones. Tennyson will get it. The Eagles grab him. Nope. And he is stopped. It looks to be about a yard shy here. Let's see where they end up spotting this. and it is going to be 4th down and a yard.
They don't give him anything on that. The line judge over there on the far side next to the non-lasered chain gang, and they're going to try to go for it. It looks like maybe trying to draw him off sides.
Yeah, straight back to the line. 4th down, 1, ladies and gentlemen. The crowd on their feet. Brock 14, Malakoff 3, and a Texas butane timeout for the Tigers. Back in a moment on the Brock Sports Network.
Fuzzy's Taco Shop is your one-stop taco shop for breakfast, brunch, lunch, dinner, hang time, game time. You get the picture. Our Fuzzy's Baja-inspired tacos, nachos, burritos, and fresh salads are perfect for any time of the day. Grab your ticket stub and head into your local Weatherford Fuzzy's today or tomorrow for free chips and queso with a $5 purchase.
Back at the Star in Frisco, it is a Comfort Kitchen third quarter. 10-14 remains. Malakoff on the opening drive of the second half. They've made their way down to the Eagle 37-yard line and face a 4th down 1 upcoming.
Well, do you as a Brock defense, do you put that extra lineman up there? Do you try to fake that blitz, that stunt with Harris and Kearley and Mathis? Let's see how they handle it. They got 6 offensive linemen out there right now, including number 10 on that far left side, Renberg, and he's a beast. So let's see how it works. Here it goes. Research Clinic, 4th down stop right now.
The Brock faithful rise to their feet. 4th down 1. Jones sends a man in motion left to right, and Coach Mathis is going to take a Texas butane timeout himself. Back in a moment. 10-14 remains in a Comfort Kitchen third quarter. Brock 14, Malakoff 3.
For over 33 years, Lightfoot Mechanical has been providing prompt, professional, and friendly service to their customers throughout North Texas. Lightfoot Mechanical is the area's premier choice for air conditioning, heating, plumbing, and electrical services. Backed by their exclusive lifetime workmanship warranty and their 100% customer satisfaction guarantee. Call Lightfoot Mechanical today, 817-596-0309, or stop by 1026 Fort Worth Highway, or visit them online at lightfootmechanical.com.
Welcome back to the state semifinal. Brock 14, Malakoff 3. And this is a massive 4th down 1 in this ball game. Malakoff on their opening drive of the second half. Brock defense trying to stiffen here.
Jaden, quick DLC call the sidelines. What is going on?
Well, guys, our sideline's getting loud. We got to have. It's early to say this is a real important play, but this is a big play for the second half.
Yeah, this is huge here. They'll put 8 in the box, 10 in the box actually. Jones will have pistol formation, Tennyson behind him. Man in motion left to right. Snap back, here comes Tennyson. Brock linebackers converge, and it looks like, boy, this is close.
I don't think he got it. The
this
line
is
judge.
Really close. It depends on which mark it is.
Mathis throws that right arm up there. The defensive coaches are saying, Kearley, let's go.
They're going to move the guys back. They may need to measure this. They're still taking a look at it.
I don't know.
And it is going to be a timeout for measurement. And the Brock defense comes up, stuffs the hole, and for the moment have held.
We really haven't had that many opportunities for a 4th down Research Clinic stop this year. That was a huge one right there. If they end up making it, it looks like they're going to have the chain gang come all the way across. 46 yards right now coming across.
Jaden, are you right there at the sticks?
Absolutely, I am. Me and Mathis.
What do you think?
They're short. No, they're going to get it.
It's a lot of chain left.
Stretch.
Oh.
He is short.
He's
folks.
short.
It's a turnover on downs. What a stand by the Eagles defense.
Mathis had his left foot right there on the line to gain, and he was watching it all the way as they carried it down. They always have the little marker right on one side of the line, and right there they had it on the north side of the 50-yard line, and they were able to use that mark all the way across, and the Eagles get the football. Here we go. Research Clinic 4th down worked again.
What a huge stand by the Eagles offense, and now they take over at their own 44, 1st and 10, first possession of the second half. Moody's got him set. He's got 3 wide receivers, 2 right and 1 left. Snap back. Tutter gets it. Looking for a hole on the far side. He's broke it. Inside Tiger territory. Brett Tutter, a great run down to the Tiger 44. A Redfin pulls Eagle first down.
12 yards on that pickup. He gets past the Blue Eagle Construction 50-yard line that time. What a good outside run by Brett Tutter. If they didn't think he was fast before on the Tiger side, they do now.
From the Tiger 44, Eagle first and 10. We'll have Jet Jones, Cannon Stevens, Carson Finney here on this near side. Brett Tutter remains the lone back.
A lot of time on the play clock. Run it on down.
Moody's got him set. Inside give. Tutter, another good run behind this offensive line. Down to the 37-yard line, a 7-yard gain, third down 3, and this offensive line picking up where they left off.
And this is Brett Tutter running against Wimberley. This is Brett Tutter running against Hershey. This is Brett Tutter running against Pleasant Grove and Gunner.
Second down 3. Moody a hard count, no movement. They'll move Finney and Stevens to the far side. Jet Jones to the near side. Tutter remains the lone black as Brock just milks this clock down. 9:24 remains in the Comfort Kitchen third quarter. Brock 14, Malakoff 3. Here comes Tutter again, turns on the afterburners far side. Tutter down inside the 35, down to the 31. It's a Redfin pulls Eagle first down.
Well, Action Jackson, number 5 right there, thought he was going to be able to get the pursuit line on the angle on Tutter, but Tutter just runs right around him. If I've never even touched him.
Kalen Davis there to make the stop for the Tigers, but it's an Eagle first and 10 from the Tiger 31-yard line. Tutter remains the lone back. Flip those 3 wide receivers here to this side on a first and 10. Once again, Brock just milking the clock down. Inside give again, Tutter. Tutter, great gain. Still pushing. Look at Tutter push inside the 20. Down to the 19, a Redfin pulls Eagle first down.
You know, Brett Tutter saw after that first drive that they didn't score, and then when they had Watkins in there, they went down, scored twice with Watkins. Brett Tutter does not want to be the second best back on his team either.
Brock on the move. They're at the Malakoff 19-yard line with their first possession of the second half. If you're just joining us, you missed a huge defensive stand by this Eagles defense. And now Brock on the move, first and 10. Snap back, Tutter again gets behind his blocks, patient run, and you'll take this gain of about 3.5 down to the 16-yard line, second down 7.
We had a very good Comfort Kitchen third quarter just a couple of weeks ago. Man, what we would do for another really good Comfort Kitchen third quarter. And here's what I'm saying a good Comfort Kitchen third quarter is. We score once, they don't score. That's it. That's a great Comfort Kitchen third quarter.
Strong defenses and long sustained drives define playoff runs. Brock second down 7 from the 16-yard line. Now Moody's going to roll it out, throw it, caught. Jackson Hart, far sideline. Jackson Hart inside the 10, and he's down to the 8. It's a Redfin pulls Eagle first and goal. Great play action, Moody to Hart.
After they get inside the Clear Fork Pharmacy red zone, Moody does that bootleg that he did the very first play of the game, going the other direction this time, going to his throwing hand side. And if you notice right there that Hart stayed in bounds, I'm sure on purpose, to let this clock run.
Moody's got him set, first and goal from the 8. Inside give, Tutter. Tutter pushes down to the 5-yard line. It's a gain of 3, second down goal. More importantly, that clock churns.
When you complete a pass, when you run the football, when you stay in bounds, that clock just keeps running. That Malakoff offense over there that's on the sidelines right now is a very potent offense, and the best way to keep them from scoring is right where they are over on the sidelines.
Brock has a chance to get this third quarter cut in half and extend the lead here.
8th play of the drive coming up, already 3 minutes off the clock.
From the 5, it's an Eagles second down goal. Tutter remains the lone back. Stevens far side, Jet Jones, Carson Finney near side. Moody claps once, pulls it. Moody's going to keep it, running far side. He needs a block. He's got the edge. Moody puts his pads down to the 2-yard line, and that's going to bring up third down for the Eagles.
It's right on the 2-yard line. Moody tried to go around. He needed one block over there. I can't see who that was. Is that Stevens over there trying to get that block? And there was only one way he could make a good block, and that was going to be blocking the back. He decided to go around him and didn't do it. And here comes the Eagles in the huddle, which they don't do very often, but they're huddling at the 10 inside the Clearfork Pharmacy red zone.
It's that heavy set. Now Cam Harris and Cooper Massey check in. Reed Watkins checks in. Third down, goal from the 2, folks. This is a big one.
Eagles are 5 out of 6 on third downs. They need to go 6 out of 7 right here.
Massey, the fullback, straight, give. Watkins walks in for the Eagle touchdown, untouched. Look at the pancake blocks.
The Eagles' offensive line is just setting the standard right here of what it takes to play at this level. This offensive line, we've been going through Region 1 this entire year. Everybody knew this offensive line was good, but how is it going to transition to Region 2? How's it going to transition to the East Texas speed? The big guys, those guys over on the Malakoff, that's a lot of proud guys over there, and the Brock Eagles offense gets in there. Watkins, another Texas title touchdown.
Dale's Pest Control extra point is up. It's good by the senior Brody Baker. 6 minutes remain in this Comfort Kitchen third quarter. Brock 21, Malakoff 3.
Greetings to all you fans of the Brock Eagles. This is Mr. Jim from MrJims.Pizza. Nothing goes together better than Eagles football and Mr. Jims.Pizza. Go to MrJims.Pizza. That's MrJims.Pizza and order now. Use the code EAGLES and get 15% off your entire order. Go Eagles!
Pathway Rehabilitation Sports Therapy in Brock offers all forms of therapy such as physical, occupational, and speech therapy. Pathway Rehabilitation has been providing the highest quality rehab services to patients in acute care, skilled nursing, home health, sport, and orthopedic rehab since 2014. Give them a call at 940-490-0022 or visit their website at pathwayrehab.net. Wishing Brock the best of luck in tonight's game. Go Eagles from Pathway Rehabilitation.
Reed Watkins' 22nd rushing touchdown of the season makes it Brock 21, Malakoff 3. Dr. Gleaton Eye Care kick, far sideline, out of bounds again.
And don't think Reed Watkins can't kick the ball a long ways. He kicks it exactly where the coach wants him to kick it. And if the coach says kick it out of bounds, then Brody Baker is going to kick it out of bounds. They're going to try to put it right over there in between the numbers and the sideline hash marks and try to make that one guy try to return it and get all 11 down there. And it's okay if they have to keep moving back. The Plains Capital Bank scoring drive that time, 56 yards, 4 minutes and 10 seconds off the clock, 9 plays, and it ended with a Reed Watkins 2-yard carry for another Texas title touchdown.
Now Brody Baker sets it at the 35 after the 5-yard mark off and a high-hanging pooch kick. This is going to be close on that far side. Fumbled, bobbled, and look at the Eagle coverage. They knock him down at the 28-yard line. Once again, Brody Baker on the money.
He just puts it right where he wants to. He's got to put it, he's got to get that 9-iron, just to curve, just to draw just a little bit. Throw it out there to the boundary, make it curve in just a little, make them think it's going out. And that return person just wasn't sure if it was going to hit on the hash marks or go out. He put his hand up, touched it, and the kick coverage down there quickly. And here comes the defense right now. 30-yard line going out for the Tigers.
Here comes the sophomore, Mike Jones. Tennyson will be the lone back with them. Malakoff 1st and 10 from their own 30. 5:57 remains in a Comfort Kitchen third. Brock 21, Malakoff 3. Straight drop, fake the pitch, roll him right. Here comes the rush, and they're going to get to him and force an errant throw, incomplete. 2nd down, 10. Dakota Courtney applied the pressure.
I saw Dakota's parents coming in earlier wearing a 32 on their clothes, and I just knew when I saw him, I meant to go up and tell him Dakota's going to have a heck of a game tonight. Right there, the defensive coach, had the man covered right out of the backfield. That bootleg works a lot of times. It works for a lot of teams. But when you're looking for certain keys, and I guarantee you the coach is saying, watch your pre-snap keys, and they were right there on it, 2nd and 10.
4-down lineman for the Eagles on 2nd down 10. Tennyson in motion, empty set. Here comes the blitz, and they miss him. He's going to escape the first wave, but doesn't miss Mr. Hunter Fay. A loss back to the 27.
When you see Ted and Sue, and you see Gene and Ben before the game, and you tell them, hey, what's going to go on, and Hunter says he's going to have a heck of a game today, well, Hunter is having a heck of a game today. We need Hunter to have a heck of a game today, and right there he gets a sack, tackle for loss, number 54, Hunter Fay.
Clock rolling, 5:20 remaining in a Comfort Kitchen third. It's Brock 21, Malakoff 3. Malakoff faces third, down 13 from their own 27. He's got 4 wide receivers and an empty set. Tennyson in motion. Fake it to him on the jet, trying to set up a slip screen, and it's dropped. Brock had it read anyway, nonetheless incomplete, 4th down 13.
And I think that's number 4's third or 4th drop of the game. Just one of those things that he's on the struggle bus with. The Research Clinic 3rd down. The Malakoff Tigers are 0 for 4 right now on the Research Clinic 3rd down stop. But the Eagles taking advantage of that right now. And let's see who they're putting back.
Colt Matlock tried to run back there and said, I'll take it. But he's shunned away by Reed Watkins and Carson Finney. They'll stand at the 38-yard line. In punt formation from the 14. And off the right side of his foot, the left side of his foot, and takes a Tiger bounce down to the 40-yard line. And another stand by the Brock Eagles defense. Bring on this offense.
The Eagles defense did it again, and when you come out with all that emotion in the third quarter, when you're Malakoff, I mean, think about how Brock came out in the third quarter against Bushland. It was kickoff, coverage, turn, touchdown, get it again, touchdown, get it again, touchdown. You got to stave off that wave just a little bit to keep the other team from getting any momentum going forward. That big 4th down play earlier, the big 3rd down play right there, that's exactly what you want to see out of your defense.
Tyler Moody brings this offense onto the field. Colt Matlock, the freshman here, on the near side. 4:51 remains in this third quarter. Inside give. And this is Watkins. And the Malakoff defense stops him after a gain of 2 up to the 42-yard line. 2nd down 8. Tyler Butler also out there at receiver.
There's really no reason for the Eagles to have to throw. Matlock out there wide with Jones and I can't see who that up. Finney, I guess.
3 wide receivers.
Nope, that's Butler.
Reed Watkins, the lone back. He'll line up to Moody's left-hand side. They're content to milk this clock. Moody's got him set on 2nd down 8 from the 42. Inside give, Watkins again, and he's going to push the pile forward up to the 46-yard line, and that's going to bring up 3rd down 4 for your Eagles.
What if you found a way to give Finney a little bit of a break and Tutter a little bit of break? Let's put some speedsters out there, some freshmen and sophomores out there. We know we're going to run the football anyways, and let's just trust our defense is going to do something, but let's give our defensive guys a rest when they come back out.
A big 3rd down 4 here for the Eagles. From their own 46, high snap. Here comes Watkins. Inside give. He's going to need a push here, and he's not going to make it. A gain of 1 yard up to the 47-yard line. And with 3:30 remaining in a Comfort Kitchen third quarter, you would think the Eagles would punt this one away the way their defense is playing.
Their defense has been playing outstanding. Let's just change the field position. Get something down there inside the 5 or the 10-yard line. I'm sure Moody, what he wants to do is punt the ball toward the sideline. If it goes out at the 20 or 25, so be it. But let's try to put the ball out inside the 20-yard line and make Malakoff have to drive the length of the field.
Brock will huddle. 3-minute mark of the third quarter. Back deep, Corey Phillips. Now he's going to run up. They're not trusting this set. Now, never mind. They're going to move him back. Snap back to Moody. Line drive kick. Hits at the 20. Phillips just going to watch this one roll. Check up, Paul. It does check up. What a punt by Moody. Down at the 2-yard line. Eric, we talked about Moody, this needing to be his night, and so far the stage is his.
Well, we weren't talking about him doing it as a punter, but right there was a huge change of field position when they had the ball around the 50. They moved it around earlier. They get the ball down there. That ball, all it needed to do was one more bounce. It goes in the end zone. But he just had a little checkup on that Pro V1 and stopped it right there at the 2-yard line, and making Malakoff have to go the distance, 98 yards. That defense is out there. That's Riker and Fay out there. Dunaway and Dakota Courtney, Cam Harris, Kearley, and Mathis out there right now.
It'll be Jackson and Tennyson bookending Jones. Tennyson in motion. 1st and 10. Fake the give. Jones gets out of the end zone and finds a sliver of real estate, and he's up to the 11-yard line. 9-yard gain on that play And that's exactly what Malakoff needed to get out of that hole.
Well, I'm watching Jones as he's running through there. You can see it on the big screen right now. He takes shot here, he takes shot there, he takes shot there. At some point, he's telling the coach, 22 can run the ball too, coach.
It's a Malakoff second down 1 from their own 11-yard line. Same setup. Inside give, Tennyson. A lot of white jerseys there. Tennyson's ahead to the 14-yard line. It's going to be a Tiger 1st and 10.
But the clock is winding down on this Comfort Kitchen third quarter. I think we're inside 2 minutes right now. And all we were looking for in this third quarter is a one-score game. One score by the Eagles, no scores by the Tigers. And if they could take this into the fourth quarter, it's going to be tough on the Tigers.
Brock Riker there for the Eagles. Now 1st and 10 from their own 14 come the Tigers. 140 and counting. In this Comfort Kitchen third, Brock 21, Malakoff 3. Phillips in motion. Fake the inside give. He wanted the option here. Brock's, he escaped. They had him in the backfield. He escapes up to the 20-yard line. And an athletic play for the quarterback. It's a 7-yard gain. Second down 3.
I'm not sure who made the block, but it was perfectly timed. Let's see. It was 54 on Riker, and that sprung Jones to get around him. Otherwise, Riker had him behind the line of scrimmage.
Give him 7 on that to the 21. It's second down 3. Malakoff looking to the sideline. Coach Jamie Driscoll. Been at Malakoff since 2009. They face second and 3 under a minute in a Comfort Kitchen third. Straight drop. Jones looking this side. And a great read over here. That is Cale Bramlett. Pass incomplete, intended for Phillips. Clock stopped 47 seconds. Third down 3.
As we're looking at the Rutledge Realty out-of-town scores right now, Edna, the Region 3 and 4 game, Edna is down 34-13 to the Franklin Lions.
All right, Brock Nation, a big third down 3. 47 seconds remain in the third quarter.
Research Clinic third down. They are 0 for 5, I think, now on third downs.
From their own 21. Jones has them set, and a Texas butane timeout for the Tigers. We'll take one with them. 47 seconds remain in this Comfort Kitchen third quarter. Brock 21, Malakoff 3.
Hello, Eagle fans. This is Dr. Chris Wusserhausen, the owner of the Research Clinic. When I founded the Research Clinic in 2008, my goal was to help as many Parker County residents achieve maximal health both physically as well as mentally. The Research Clinic is proud to offer bioidentical hormone replacement, vitamin IV infusions, a vast array of cosmetic procedures, stem cell and PRP therapies, as well as concierge medicine. If you're ready to see what the Research Clinic has to offer you, give us a call at 817-599-9902 or go to theresearchclinic.com.
Back at the Star in Frisco. 47 seconds remain in this Comfort Kitchen third. It's Brock 21, Malakoff 3.
How about a DOC call to sidelines, Jaden? There's got to be some intensity going down there on this defense. A big Research Clinic needed.
Oh, absolutely, guys. The intensity down there is crazy. You can feel the energy of the crowd. They can feel it. They can feel where we're trying to get to and how close we are, and the energy just gets more and more the more that clock goes down.
Third down 3, a big one for the Tigers. One receiver left, 3 in a bunch. Jones is going to follow the bunch, trying to get the edge. Here comes the pursuit. He escapes it, and Jones has a Tiger first down up to the 31.
But not before he got a nice little shot from the hammer, Cooper Massey, Carson Finney, and also 25, Reed Watkins.
Cooper Massey come into this game with 175 tackles on the season. Good enough for third all time.
And that's not what you want to do as a team, to count on your sophomore quarterback to do all the rushing and the gains and all that stuff for you.
Empty set as Tennyson's in motion on 1st and 10. From the Malakoff 31, straight drop. Here comes the rush. Cam Harris forces an early throw. Missed a wide open receiver because of big old number 44.
Cam Harris in there quick. The thing that has this, I don't know. It's tough for me to say stuff because Ben knows this, Ted knows this, but whenever you're a quarterback and you throw the football in pregame, there's nobody rushing on you. Whenever you throw the football in practice, there's nobody rushing on you. You can do all the technique. You can put that left arm up like he does. You can try to do that technique, but when you got a guy rushing on you, at some point you got to find some athleticism and just get the football to your receiver. Because he's doing so much technique, he's not able to hit the yardage that he needs to.
2nd and 10. Jones is going to roll right, looking, looking deep. He's got a man breaking free. Watkins is there. Oh, a comeback dropped. Cam Harris applied the pressure again. Pass falls incomplete, and that runs us to all zeros in a Comfort Kitchen third quarter. Brock 21, Malakoff 3. We head for a huge Bilby Real Estate fourth quarter when we come back on the Brock Sports Network.
Riverstone Veterinary Hospital in Brock offers a complete range of veterinary services, including routine vaccinations, hospitalization, critical care, major and minor surgery, dental services, and emergency calls. Dr. Ryan Cate and his staff at Riverstone Veterinary Hospital specialize in large and small animal care and also offer boarding services. Visit Riverstone Veterinary Hospital at 1421 FM 1189 in Brock, Riverstone Veterinary Hospital. Online at riverstonevet.com.
Roger Williams Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Weatherford is always committed and supportive of the community and the youth of Brock, and would like to invite you and your family out to visit their new family-owned dealership on I-20 West in Weatherford. Besides, everyone and their dog knows Roger Williams makes the best deals. Go Eagles from Roger Williams Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Weatherford.
Back at this state semifinal at the Star in Frisco, we head to a Bilbrey Real Estate fourth quarter. It's Brock 21, Malakoff 3. Eric, you and Coach hit on this in the pregame interview. We're indoors. It's a little warmer than they're used to.
One of the things we don't like to do, even though we love the Bratton Family Sports Medicine Clinic over there, even though we love them, we don't like to talk about them. But one of the things you get when you're playing indoors is a lot of cramps. So when you see guys down, a lot of times it's cramps in this indoor stadium.
Another big third down for the Eagles defense from the Tiger 31, 3rd and 10. Snap back, fake the inside give. Deep slant tipped. Cooper Massey got a hand on it. Now 4th down 10.
Something that I really can't believe is going on here, and they're going to bring out the punt team to at least make a punting attempt, is the Coach Driscoll is putting this game on his sophomore quarterback. He's saying, I want you to run the football. I want you to throw the football. I need you to win this game for us. But what's going on right now is Jones's receivers just aren't coming through with the catches. He's thrown the ball pretty well on some of his receivers. They got the ball in their hands, and they're just not able to come down with it.
Studley stands at his 20-yard line. High-hanging kick in the direction of Carson Finney. Never mind, it bounces on the far side to Reed Watkins. He picks it up. Don't block in the back there. He escapes the first wave. Reed Watkins pounding away up to the 37-yard line and bring out this Brock Eagles offense for the first time in this fourth quarter. And looking back on that play, Cooper Massey read his eyes. He came off of his route, drifted back, almost had an interception.
Right before we get to that, Bobby, let's do a Sonic drive-in return yardage. My statistician over here is telling me it's somewhere around 8 yards on the Sonic drive-in. Hold on. Return yardage, we appreciate Sonic drive-in. That was a heck of a Route 44. I'm down to about 22 ounces on my Route 44 Sonic drive-in Dr. Pepper right now, but whenever you have a long throwing motion, you have to look at your receiver. And Jones takes so long to complete his motion that the defense can pick up what he's doing and they know where he's going to throw because it takes such a long time.
3 wide receivers, Cannon Stevens in motion right to left on an Eagle 1st and 10. Snap back, Moody's going to throw it. Looking. It's time to throw it. He's just going to throw it away over here to the near side. And there's nobody there, and he was in the pocket. No flags. It's going to be 2nd down 10. DOC Holmes called to the sideline. Jaden, that was a great play on that last possession by Cooper Massey.
Absolutely, but hey guys, Moody threw the ball away, got some pressure, threw it out of bounds, protected the ball. What a great play by him.
It brings up 2nd down 10, Eagles from their own 37. Clock stopped 11:06 on the McGuire.
Now they're going to call.
Now they got the flag.
Call grounding. I think Moody actually had somebody he could have thrown the ball to, but he looked over there quick. They were covered right now. The rush was coming up. He went back to the other side, and he just couldn't see on the back side. He had a couple of guys. I think the coaches may come back to that later on, but it was 1st down. So we haven't seen a penalty in a while. We had 45 yards of penalties in the first half, and that's going to be their first one, I think, in the second half. this Bilbrey Real Estate fourth quarter. Oh, I talked to Big Earl the other day at the Brock Christmas area. Big Earl was over there. I appreciate talking to him. He really likes being involved in the community. We appreciate Big Earl Bilbrey in the Bilbrey Real Estate fourth quarter.
So that penalty is a loss of down enforced on that from the 29-yard line, second down and 18 for the Eagles. Finney in motion. Give it to him on a jet right to left. Finney needs a block. He puts his pads down, and look at Carson Finney pound away across the 35. Finney all the way up to the 40-yard line, and that's going to bring up third down and 7.
I'm not sure the Eagles are not okay with or comfortable just running the football. Again, you saw Carson Finney. That's an easy run out of bounds play. An easy run out of bounds and stop the clock. But the coach has got them to where they're keeping the ball in bounds and keeping that clock running. It's 20 seconds on the play clock right now and 10:33 left in this Bilbrey Real Estate fourth quarter.
It'll be Finney and Jones on the far side. Jackson Hart tight end to the right. This is Cannon Stevens to the near side. Moody will have a single back with him and Tutter on a third down 7. Mark it at the 40-yard line. Mathis is close to that side judge over there as the play clock ticks down. Coach Mathis will take his second Texas Butane timeout of the second half. Will take it with them. 10-12 remains in a Bilbrey Real Estate fourth quarter. Brock 21, Malakoff 3.
Do you have some honey-do projects that don't ever seem to get done? Or maybe you're looking to build your dream home. Terry can do anything from changing out your light bulbs to building you that magnificent custom home. This is Michelle Harkness with Terry's Tool Belt. We are proud members of the Brock community and members of the Brock Business Connections. Check out our website at terrystoolbelt.com or give Terry a call at 817-360-6368 to see what we have to offer. Let us help you make your dream projects come to life and get rid of your honey-do list. Go Eagles!
Back at the Star in Frisco, the state semifinals been a good one for your Eagles. 10-12 remains on the McGuire Team Clark Real Estate scoreboard. Brock 21, Malakoff 3, and here we go with yet another big third down in this ball game.
I just want to give a shout out to Ed Hardison, one of our faithful listeners. Out of the 217 games we've done, he's listed 216 of them, and I appreciate Ed Hardison doing that for us.
Jones and Finney to the far side. Stevens near side. Moody's going to quarterback draw it. Bounces it outside. Push. He's trying to get there, but he's going to get down or up to the 44-yard line, and it's going to be fourth down and a long 3 for the Eagles.
When you can give some of your defensive guys a rest while you're on offense, that really helps them to be able to do that. I'm sure with what Moody did on his last punt, here's another opportunity to do something similar. Let's make them try to go the length of the field. The last time Malakoff had the ball, they had it for 8 plays, but their last 4 or 5 plays were passes that were incomplete. And let's just keep doing that. Right now you got the dangerous.
That's
who is
Chauncey
that?
Hogg
back there.
The 5'10 junior. Moody stands at his 32-yard line. He's been effective from the punt formation tonight. Wrangles in a snap, line drive kick, and it's going to hit and take an Eagle row taken by Hogg at the 6-yard line, and the Eagles defense or return. Oh, he escaped it. Oh, he's loose up to the 30, to the 40, and he gets a block. Look out here. Hogg's loose. Finney's going to have to wrangle him in here. This was an unbelievable play. Brock thought they had him down back at the 15-yard line, but he was on top of the defender, rolls over him, and goes to the house.
92 yards. If you saw CeeDee Lamb make that touchdown this weekend against their opponent, when he caught the football, spun around, and stayed on his feet, that's basically what just happened with Hogg. Hogg's an athlete, and when he gets a chance to motor, he goes right up that sidelines, right along the Malakoff sidelines. The Malakoff Tigers have found some offense, and it's in their punt return team right now.
Now Juan Gonzalez, the left-handed kicker, left-footed kicker, will be on for the extra point. Snap back, kick is up, and it is good. 8:57 remains in this ball game, folks. Now Brock 21 and Malakoff 10. Back in a moment on the Brock Sports Network.
Teskey's Saddle Shop is one of the most trusted names in the Western industry. With over 100,000 square feet of bits and spurs, saddle, tack and feed, and supplies, they also have the latest Western fashion in the boutique with names such as Cinch, Wrangler, Ariat, North Face, STS, and many more. And don't forget about Teskey's Outdoors with everything from hunting gear, ammunition, scopes, and all the best in outdoor wear. Call 599-3400 or visit them online at Teskies.com.
Welcome back to the state semifinal. Malakoff strikes in this fourth quarter to cut into this Eagles lead. Now Brock 21, Malakoff 10.
Guys, do y'all have any idea of why we haven't kicked the kickoffs to these guys deep while ago? That Chauncey Hogg, he's a player, and we gave him an opportunity. He found a way to get it done. We had him dead to rights at the 10-yard line, and the Sonic drive-in return yardage looks like 92 yards right there for the Malakoff Tigers.
Finney and Watkins back deep. Getting set to receive the kickoff from Zach Studley. The Eagles have 8:57 on this fourth quarter clock to run out. They lead it 21-10. Gonzalez kicks it away. Fair catch called for by Finney. Bring it out to the 25. And let's see if this Brock Eagles offense can put a long, sustained drive together here.
That's a good point. I've got 10 spaces on my sheet right here. We've got 8:57 on the clock. We need to have an 8-minute, 57-second drive, and I've got 10 spaces on my sheet, or I'm going to have to get my assistant, Mandy, to draw some more lines for me on my sheet over here.
DOC Holmes call to the sideline, Jaden. We need an 8-minute drive here.
Well, absolutely. We've been doing it all game. This is a slow, methodical, 3 or 4 yards at a time, run the ball. We've dominated the line of scrimmage the whole game. Continue dominating and go put this thing away.
From their own 25-yard line, Watkins the lone back. He'll line up to Moody's left. He'll have 3 wide receivers to the far side. 1st and 10 Eagles. Moody claps once, inside give. Watkins, he's hit in the backfield, and he's dropped at the 26-yard line. Give him 1 on that play. 2nd down 1, and the clock churns, 8:45.
I feel pretty confident in saying Coach Driscoll is going to say to his guys, we are stopping the run. Let's make Moody have to try to beat us. Let's put 5 guys down there on the line of scrimmage. Let's bring people off the edge.
Play clock at 20. Hopefully Brock will milk this down as he looks to the sideline. Still 15 on that play clock. 8:20 on the game clock. 3 wide receivers to the far side. Watkins the lone back. 3 down linemen for the Tigers. Once again, inside give. Watkins finds a little sliver up to the 30-yard line, and that's going to make it 3rd down 5. Clock rolling, 8:05.
The Malakoff Tigers have 1 Texas butane timeout left. There was an area in the 3rd quarter where they had to call a few timeouts on that 3rd and 4th down play, and that's made it to where they only have 1 timeout left. They are 2 scores down right now. That's a 8-point and a 3-point. That's not a touchdown and extra point. That's a touchdown and go for 2 and a field goal.
Jet Jones and Colt Matlock on the far side. Single receiver is Jet Jones near side. Big 3rd down 5. Straight drop. Trying to set up a screen. Finney caught it. Needs to get outside, but he's got a man on his back, and he's wrangled down at the 29. Now 4th down 6.
All right, I know we punted it last time. Punting is the thing we're going to try to do here. Trust your defense. The only offense really that Malakoff has had since the first drive has been their punt return team and that last punt return. And Hogg goes back deep, and I may just see if Moody can kick the ball away from him. You know what? I trust my guys. I trust the guys. They made a mistake last time. Don't kick it to him. Make him have to go get it, but get some people down there.
The junior Chauncey Hogg stands at his 32. Moody from his 15, high snap, gathers it in, and he just kicks this one to this near side out of bounds. And it's going to be somewhere around the 45-yard line with 6:34 remaining. And let's bring out this Brock Eagles defense.
Moody kicks the ball probably. I guarantee you, Coach said don't kick it to him again. He better not pick this football up. Let's put our defense out there, make their offense have to work. And their offense, our Brock defense right now is on a mission. 6:34 left in this Bilberry Real Estate fourth quarter. The ball, believe it or not, is on the Blue Eagle Construction 50-yard line. One more time. The Eagles defense, pick it up right here. Look to the man to your right. Look to the man to your left. get your job done, and let's get this thing over with.
4 down lineman for the Eagles on a Malakoff. First down 10 from the Blue Eagle Construction midfield stripe. Fake the inside give. Jones on a pump and go. Deep man wide open far side. Can we get there? Nope, but a pass interference is the call.
That's perfect.
But you'll take it because he was breaking free.
It's only a 15-yard penalty, so it's going to give him a first down. It's put him on the 35-yard line, but we'll take it.
Have some players slow to get up here. It's going to be pass interference against the Eagles, but you'll definitely take that. In coverage out there, Cale Bramlett, 6:27 now. Clock stopped in a Bilbrey Real Estate fourth quarter. Now the ball stands at the Eagle 35. We need this defense to stand up now as momentum has shifted.
The Tigers still have to score twice with a go for 2 and a field goal.
Jones and gun. Tennyson's with him. Tennyson will get it. Backside Hunkapiller with a big play and a loss of 1.
That's what I'm talking about. Somebody said, I'm going to do what I got to do out here, and Hunkapiller, 57, is taking this game on his shoulders right now with him and who is that coming in? I couldn't see. Looked like either Kearley or Finney coming in there.
Eagles defense now faces second down 11. Mark it at their own 36. Jones in shotgun. He's going to roll right. Looking. He's under pressure, takes a big shot, intercepted, but this one's coming back. They rough the passer. Reed Watkins has picked it off. He returns it up to the Blue Eagle Construction midfield mark, but this one's coming back. Man.
And we're right there. It's so close. The coach wants the guys to be aggressive, but he wants controlled aggression. Controlled aggression, and right now, Coach Mathis is appealing to the official about what the call is. We might get a chance to see it on the replay screen, but that ball was picked off right now, and it looks like it may just go against the Eagles. DOC called the sidelines. Jaden, what's going on down there?
Well, exactly what you said.
Uh-oh, is that a targeting as well?
Yeah, they got him with a targeting, a hit to the head.
There's not going to be a replay, so that's a big call. And that takes this ball all the way down to the Eagle 20-yard line.
We got him to do exactly what he wanted. He put it up there for grabs. We did our job, and just a bad deal there.
All right, defense, here we are, 20-yard line going in. He throws it up there. They just jumped off of him.
First and 10, Malakoff. Now we need a big stand. 5:40 remains in this Bilbrey Real Estate fourth quarter. Empty set now as Tennyson's in motion. Brock on the blitz. They're trying to set up a screen. He throws it away.
That's got to be a penalty.
Nobody there. He's in the box. There's nobody out there. There it is.
Boom.
Finally throws the laundry.
First he threw the mark down to show where he was when he threw the ball. Once he realized he was within the tackle box, he followed it with his yellow flag.
Intentional grounding, more importantly. Loss of down. Clock stop 5:35. Brock 21. Malakoff 10.
This has been a fairly penalty-free game, but there's been 4 plays in this drive. First penalty, first play, pass interference. Second play, incomplete. Third play, roughing the passer. Fourth play, intentional grounding. Boom, boom, boom.
Mark it at the Eagle 32-yard line. Second down, 20. Straight drop, empty set, near side, wide open man caught inside the 20 and out of bounds at the 16-yard line. They get a lot of it back, plus some, down to the Eagle 16-yard line. And now that's going to bring up third down. 16-yard gain for the Tigers.
3rd and 6 now. The Chauncey Hogg, it looked like the Eagles may be working a little bit toward the defense that allows them just to throw. We're going to give them the short yards. We're not going to give them anything big, but Chauncey Hogg caught the ball and gets upfield. And here comes
some late substitutions here. Brock will be allowed to as Malakoff substituted. Hunter Fay checking in.
And he's going to make them use their last time out because he subbed.
And that's going to run this play clock down now inside 5, and there's really nothing they can do about it. Brock showing blitz. Here they come. They pick it up. Jones in trouble, flings it over the middle, intercepted! This time it counts. Watkins 10, 15, out of bounds at the 18. Hello, fellas.
So whenever I talk to Coach Mathis on the interview, sometimes we spend a little bit of time just spitballing about stuff. And one thing that I talked to him about this last week was how Coach Fagan was causing him to have to take timeouts because when he was subbing in, Coach Fagan was late subbing with people. And what was happening was he was making the play clock go down and forcing Brock to call timeouts. So whenever you have that situation, you see the other team do it. Coach sends his guys in there, sends one guy on, sends another guy off, which you have to allow them to do, and it causes them to try to call a timeout, but they can't do it.
Yep.
He throws the ball, intercepted. Brock has the ball. Now we need 5:20 off the clock in this Bilby Real Estate fourth quarter.
One timeout remaining for Malakoff from the Eagle 19. First down 10. Moody's going to give it to Tutter. Tutter into the line, and with a little help from his friends, up to the 23-yard line. It's a gain of 4. More importantly, let's get this clock to churning.
I think I had it at 5:20 when they got the football. The Eagles' offensive line, they got their hands on their hips. This thing is probably hot in there because there's not a lot of air circulation down there on the field. It's turf. It's not open air. The Eagles right now need to make the push as the clock is winding down, under 5 minutes left in the Bilby Real Estate fourth quarter.
Second down 6 from their own 23. 4:45 and rolling. Tutter remains the lone setback. 2 receivers left, 1 right. This is Jet Jones to the near side. Still 15 seconds on the play clock. Moody just taking his time here. Straight drop. It's going to be a design quarterback run. Look at Moody pound away. He's up to the 29-yard line. That, ladies and gentlemen, is a big Redfin Pools Eagle first down. Clock stops momentarily, 4:24. Chain set, and we'll roll it. First and 10 Eagles from the 29. Just need a few more of those.
We talked about wanting Moody, or believing Moody needed to have a big game right now. Just put the ball in his hands, put it in the seniors' hands, and let's get this thing going.
Hard count by Moody. No movement there. A lot of time on the play clock as we go under 4 minutes remaining in this Bilby Real Estate fourth quarter. It's Brock 21, Malakoff 10. Now Moody's got him set. Snap back. Here comes Tutter into that line, holding on to the ball up to the 32-yard line. A gain of 3 for Brett Tutter. And Malakoff, because they burned those 2 early timeouts, are kind of forced to sit and watch.
The Brett Tutter, we talked about it early in the season when he was playing against Wimberley, when he was playing against Pleasant Grove, when he was playing against Hershey. He had a lot of times where he was carrying that ball one-handed into the AB gap. He learned from those games, and he's able to make sure when he gets in that AB gap, he's got both hands covering the points of the football and protected that ball securely. And here goes 2nd and 7 now for the Eagles.
Look at Brock Nation across the way on their feet. 3:13 and counting remaining in this ball game. Snap back. Keeper Moody breaking tackles, holding on to the ball up to the 36-yard line. Moody's going to get 4, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and 3.
That was 1 tackle away from going a long ways right there. The guy had him on his 1 foot, 1 shoestring, or that could have been a long run by Tyler Moody.
Guys, this is a huge 3rd down. If you get this first down, you can really do some things here. Moody.
What's your play, Bob?
You find your best play in the playbook and go win it right here. 2:33 remaining in the state semifinal. Brock 21, Malakoff 10. Here we go. From the Eagle 36, 3rd and 3. 3 wide receivers for Moody. He claps once. Fake the inside give. Moody looking for real estate. Pounds ahead. Moody looks like he's got it up to the 39. Give it to us. Still waiting on the call on that far sideline. He looks to have it. He does. A huge Redfin Pools first down. 2:13 and roll that clock, baby.
Malakoff has 1 timeout left. They wanted to use it on the offensive side, but if they don't use it right here, the clock's going to count down already under 2 minutes. Coach might let this clock go all the way down, and it's 6th play of the drive right here for the Eagles.
From their own 39. Minute 50 remaining. Clock rolling. 3 wide receivers for Moody. Tutter remains the lone back. Cannon Stevens near side. Snap back, gives it to Tutter. He's hit and drop from the backside. And there is the final Texas Butane timeout for Coach Jamie Driscoll. Folks, 1:38 remains in this ball game. Brock 21, Malakoff 10. Back in a moment on the Brock Sports Network.
For over 25 years, Texas Tire Sales has been the tire, wheel, and complete auto repair shop that Parker County residents turn to for fast, friendly service and top quality new and used tires at discount prices. Texas Tire Sales stocks over 10,000 tires and carries most all major brands, including Toyo, BF Goodrich, Michelin, Goodyear, Firestone, and many more. Visit Texas Tire Sales at 905 Fort Worth Highway. Buy local at Texas Tire Sales. Texans serving Texans since 1990.
This state semifinal in Frisco is down to the final 138. Brock 21, Malakoff 10. Brock faces second down 9 from their own 39. 3 wide receivers as Jet Jones runs to the far side. Check that, 4 wide receivers. Colt Matlock runs off.
I'm calling a running play.
No timeouts remaining for Malakoff. Let's just get this clock to rolling. We had a substitution on that far side, so they're resetting. Still plenty of time. Fake the inside give. Moody's going to be dropped in the backfield, back to the 34. But now that clock rolls, and Malakoff cannot stop it. It's going to be third down and 15.
I think the Eagles are okay with letting the clock just keep running down. Malakoff is got their hands on their hips right now, trying to figure out what in the world just happened with these Brock Eagles wearing their white on white right now against the gray gold Malakoff Tigers.
No need to snap this. 15 seconds on the clock. Now as we set to go under 1 minute in this state semifinal. On the McGuire Team Clark Real Estate scoreboard, it shows Brock 21, Malakoff 10. Play clock at 3, 2. Moody snaps it on third and long. Inside
Stay in bounds.
Watkins cuts it back inside. A good run by Watkins. He's up to the 43-yard line, and that's going to bring up fourth down 6. But now 40 seconds, and there's only going to be 2 or 3 seconds remaining when Brock kicks this away.
They're going to timeout. They're going to call a timeout right at the 2-second mark, and then they're going to kick it because there's 27 on the game and 25 on the play clock. The Eagles need to punt this ball. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Game clock at 12 down to 10, so there's about a second and a half, 2 seconds. Mathis is going to call a timeout with probably 2 seconds on the clock, and we're going to keep it here. Gentlemen, what a performance on both sides of the ball for your Brock Eagles.
We've been talking about since probably the, I don't know, Bushland game, Muleshoe game, we've been talking about 4 quarters. We can have 4 quarters against some teams, but when you get to the playoffs, when you get to the third round of the playoffs, that's when you need a 4-quarter game. And you can't just come back in the second half and leave it off the first half. You've got to be able to play 4 full quarters, especially in these type of games. And we've been concerned about it for a while. And I'm sure we're going to talk about it later with Coach, but 4 quarters, starting with the first quarter, second quarter, third quarter. Right now, here we are in the Bilby Real Estate fourth quarter. I think all we have to do is snap the ball and throw an incomplete pass.
Well, just run around for 2 seconds.
Run around
take
for
a
2
seat.
seconds.
2 seconds remain in this state semifinal. No one sitting on the far side. Brock 21, Malakoff 10. Moody takes the snap, and we run the clock. Run the clock. And we're finally down to triple zeros. And Brock has won an epic state semifinal, and the boys are headed back to AT&T.
Something we didn't talk about because I left it. I left it on the table, and I talked to some of the parents about it. But one thing is that Brock has never lost to a same team twice. They haven't ever won here at the Star. This game was going to be the epitome of both of those things. Mathis had never lost here at the Star. The Eagles had never won here at the Star. The Eagles had lost last time to Malakoff. They didn't want to have their first game, a second time where they lost against a team. So this game just was a good all-around 4-quarter game. and it's good to see the Eagles come out with a win. You never want to see this season get over. You get those seniors from Malakoff. What a great season they had. They can remember in 10 or 12 years from now, they're going to remember the time we went to the state semifinals against Brock Eagles, just like all those kids back from the 18 team remember when we played, or when they played Malakoff, and Malakoff went on the state championship game. Here, I'm telling you, Malakoff right now is saying to the Eagles, go win it. Go win it. You beat us, now go win it.
An absolutely phenomenal performance. A DOC Holmes call to the sideline, Jaden. Up front, we said it's going to be one in the trenches, and the Bigs did it tonight.
And guys, there was no question for first snap. They set the tone of this game and put the game away. I mean, just first play to the last play, we dominated up front, and they had no solution for us the whole game. And I think they're still in shock of what really happened.
All right, we're going to take a break, come back, and wrap this one up. We'll have interviews with our Daily Grind players of the game and Coach Mathis. Your final in this state semifinal. It's Brock 21, Malakoff 10. Back in a moment on the Brock Sports Network.
This is Heath Wallace, owner of Wallace Spray Foam and Ameritex Concrete Services. For over 22 years, I've used the philosophy, do it right or don't do it at all. Same is true with Ameritex Concrete Services. Let Wallace do your next spray foam or concrete job to show you how it's done right. Visit us at wallacesprayfoam.com or call 817-992-1871.
You need to call Wallace Spray Foam. You need to call Wallace Spray Foam.
I love Willow Park Baptist Church. The minute you walk in the doors, they love you like your family.
My life has been changed because of this church.
When you're here, it's special. It really can't be described.
I'm Pastor Clark Bozier. I want to invite you and your family to come and be a part of the incredible things God is doing here. We would love to meet you this Sunday morning at 8:30, 10, or 11:30, or at our evening service at 6 p.m.
Find more information at willowparkbaptist.org. Willow Park Baptist Church, a church on an eternal mission.
Fathom Inc. is proud to sponsor the Brock Eagles and is locally owned and operated, specializing in high-quality printing for schools, churches, and businesses. Custom printed apparel, embroidery, banners, promotional items, and fundraising and spiritware stores, Fathom Inc. will do everything in their power to make sure each order meets their high standards of quality, competitive pricing, and quick delivery time. Call 855-778-4548 for Fathom Inc. If you can fathom it, they can ink it.
Bell Stone is a proud sponsor of Brock Eagles and Lady Eagles, serving Weatherford, Aledo, Willow Park, Fort Worth, Southlake, and the surrounding area with landscape materials, natural stone, pavers, patio stone, and masonry for ponds, retaining walls, outdoor kitchens, fire pits, and more. Bell Stone has an experienced staff available to assist in product selection and can help you with all aspects of your construction project. Contractors, architects, homeowners welcome. Visit Bell Stone online or stop by their location, 4801 East I-20 in Willow Park. Call 817-441-9590 for Bellstone. Go Eagles!
Back at the Star in Frisco, where Brock will advance to AT&T yet again. And now for our final Ryan McDonald State Farm Insurance stats of the night. Here's Eric Morris.
Ed, the Eagles, before we get to the Eagles, let's go to the other side of the ball. Malakoff, what a game. What a competitor. We knew they were going to be tough. They forced us to have the best game that we played this season. Mike Jones, 7 of 21, 115 yards. Mike Jones rushing 10 carries, 39 yards. A leader as a rusher, a leader on the team as a rusher. Reception-wise, Zach Studley, 2 receptions, 42 yards. The big play for them was Chauncey Hogg, 92-yard punt return. We thought we had him on the 9 or 10-yard line, but he was able to get out of it and run all the way down there. But on the defensive side of the ball, the Eagles dominated. Let's put it this way. Time of possession, Eagles 31 minutes and Malakoff 15 minutes. So
there you go.
That's a double in time of possession, and that's what it took right there. That's exactly what they needed. Rushing attempts, Eagles 234 to their 78, with most of those being from the quarterback. The Moody, 6 completions on 11 attempts. Pass yards, 53, but they didn't need him to pass today. They needed him to be a field general. They needed him to punt the football, and that's exactly what they did. The Eagles had 20 first downs to 11 for Malakoff, 16 rushing, 4 passing. Let's see on the, here we go. I need to see this right here. There we go. Reed Watkins, 137 yards. Brett Tutter, 71. Tyler Moody, 15. Carson Finney, 11. Receiving yards, Zach Brewster, 44. Jackson Hart, 8. Cannon Stevens, 2. Defensively, the guys who I thought needed to have a big game, who would I say? I said 1, 2, and 15. Number 1 leading tackler of the team, number 1, Luke Kearley, 5.5 tackles with a half tackle for loss. Carson Finney, 3.5 tackles. Hyatt Dunaway, 3 tackles. Reed Watkins, 3. Hunter Fay, 2. Jet Jones, 2. Cam Harris, 1.5. But the main one of that was a solo sack, and also he had a tackle for a loss, and that is Cooper Massey, also 1.5 tackles. They had to move Cooper over to the outside backer. So we see Coach Mathis down there. But Bobby and Jaden, when you think about it, when you see a state semifinalist team that just beat Grandview, that just beat West offensively, and Winsboro, and the defense holds them to 3 points. So our daily grind players of the game are going to be that defense. Cam Harris, Luke Kearley, those guys played their hearts out. Hunter Fay, Trace Roger.
Reed Watkins had to pick it off twice to make it count.
Reed Watkins. Carson Finney making interceptions. The defense just played lights out from the first kick to the last whistle, and that's exactly what you got to expect right here in this time when you're counted on. It's one thing to do it when, okay, you're playing whoever, but you're playing a good Malakoff team who just beat Grandview last week. And here the Eagles talking with Coach Mathis right now, talking to him, collecting the state semifinal trophy. Looking forward to whatever they got to do now. Start making your reservation plans at Cowboy Stadium.
Hey, Jaden, there was a lot of guys down there at the end of that ball game that were hurting, that gutted up and made it happen.
Absolutely. Guys, I was just visiting with Professor Diggs on Twitter the last 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks. He's picked us to lose. And he told, I listened to he does the 4-3A podcast, and I listened to it, and he said that Malakoff's defense was better than anything we've seen. Their front line would be better. They would dominate us. We couldn't move the ball on them, so I had to go tell him what I thought about it.
Is there any way that he could pick us again next week?
I already told him. I said, make sure you pick against us next week. You're a good luck charm. He didn't like it too much.
Big hats off to Coach Mullenix, the defensive coordinator. What a game he called tonight. Once again, outside of a punt return, a magical return by Chauncey Hogg, this thing was shut down to 3 points, and that was the opening drive.
It was the opening drive, and it was first down. They finally got him when they got inside the 20. They finally got him to where they had to do something different. The Eagles made some adjustments, either on their defensive line, the stunts, and the blitzes, and when they did, that made the sophomore have to change up what he was doing. And they went for that field goal. They got it. But that's all the offense did the entire game, Bobby. That's pretty tough.
Let's go back while we're waiting on our Daily Grind MVP interviews and Coach Mathis. Eric, let's talk a little bit. All of us talk about after 0-4. We talked about the voice in the room and how important it was to have Coach Mathis in that place, in these guys' ears, to let them know things are fine. Stay the course. Big things are coming.
When I did the interviews with him over those first 4 weeks, we knew how good that we were going to have to be to play those teams. In Pleasant Grove, when we played Pleasant Grove, we were up 7-0 at halftime. Okay, we got out-conditioned. They had more people to sub in than we did. When we played Hershey, we take that thing to overtime. Against three really good offensive players. And then we go to Wimberley, and we play them not so good in the first half, but played lights out in the second half. I think we kept them to 19 yards in the second half. 16 of those yards were on one pass play. And then we play Gunner. Our defense gives up 7 points. Our offense gives up 7 points. And then they had a run back on special teams. So our defense still only gave up 7 points, but that was enough to come out as second place in that game. But all of those games, each time I talked to Coach Mathis, I knew what was going on. Coach Mathis knew what was going on, that we needed to get these guys Texas tested early in the season because he knew how good Whitesboro and Paradise were going to be, but the other teams in the district were not going to be the caliber that we needed to be able to play against going into the third, fourth, fifth, sixth round of the playoffs.
All right, Jaden, take it away down there.
All right, guys, I got Hunter Fay here with me. Hunter, a lot of talk this week was, okay, these guys are going to be bigger, better up front than we've ever seen. The speed's going to be too much. It seemed like first snap, both sides of the ball, the domination up front. Tell me what y'all's preparation was like this week being prepared for this.
Well, there's no doubt that they're fast. We knew that, so we had to use our size to our advantage. And, preparing for that, we haven't seen anything different the whole season. So, we just did our thing and prepared for this week and dominated.
Do you think games like, I look back when I look at this game, I look at the Pleasant Grove game, at the Wichita-Hershey game, kind of similar teams as far as speed and the quickness and the size and all that. Do you go into a game like this knowing the speed with no intimidation, knowing we've already played that, been there, done that?
Yes, sir. Well, at the same time, you got to have a little cockiness to yourself and some confidence. So, that also helped going against those teams who are doing pretty good, did well that season. So, just having that experience helps out a lot. So, yes, sir.
So what does it mean? 2 years in a row we'll go to state championship. Luckily, this one was a little bit easier path, but what does it mean? Billy's 2 years here, 2 years going to state. What's this mean to you guys?
It's really exciting. Coach Molnix, he talked and he said that we're a destiny team, and I believe that with my whole heart. So, it's just God. It's all God. So that's all I got to say about that.
Congratulations, man. Enjoy it with your teammates.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
And Jaden, he was doing it with one hand.
Absolutely. Brock.
Speaking of one hand.
Yeah, I get another one-handed wonder over here. Okay, Brock, I'll leave off where I was with Hunter. So Diggs over here that's probably going to interview you, he told me, he was like, I listened to his podcast. He said, their defense is going to be so good up front, I don't think Brock can move the ball. Dude, first play, I told those guys upstairs, I said, first play, I said, we own this line of scrimmage. And we did the whole game. What made y'all successful?
Their skill is speed, and they really had no size or anything after contact. So once we got fitted up, it was pretty easy driving them out of there, and then it just took care of itself. It was just run. We get our blocks, and the running backs did a great job in finding those holes and getting yards.
Oh, Billy's over here yelling. He's got them fired up.
I love it.
So, Brock, here we are again, buddy. State championship game, 2 years in a row. What does this mean to you guys?
It's awesome. I still can't believe it. I'm still in shock, but we got a short week coming up. We got I don't know who we have. I don't know who we have yet, but it's got to get recovered and study up on our film and be ready for next week.
Yeah, we got Franklin's, what I was just told.
Oh, nice. Let's go.
Well, it'll be a similar deal. You're talking speed versus what the speed you just saw. So, do we have a feeling this year of unfinished business opposed to last year?
Oh, for sure. We have that burning desire always from since we lost last year of just going back and proving that to the state that we own Division III. So, it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be a fun week. I don't know. It's awesome.
All right, congratulations, man. Thank you. All right.
It's Brock Riker, part of this Daily Grind defensive MVP unit.
My spotters are falling down on the job, guys. So I found Cooper over here. All right, Cooper. So we know defensively we had a lot of speed you guys were going to have to deal with. Then, we're not supposed to – I know Brewster, we lost him pretty early in the game. You had to shift over to outside. We got Heinaway going to middle linebacker.
Yes, sir. Dunaway stepped up in a huge position right here. Zach goes down. But Dunaway comes in, he knows exactly what he's doing. Comes in, plays Mike. I bump out and play Sam. And, we're running on all cylinders. We're hitting it perfectly.
Well, it just really seemed like, Brewster's a big part of that defense. He's one of the leaders up there. And you guys, it seemed like y'all made the move. The next man up mentality stepped up and never let up.
That's exactly right. It's next man up. Somebody goes down, got to have somebody else coming back, fill their shoes. And that's exactly what we did.
Well, it was all the predictors said that our defense wasn't good enough to stop their speed. What gave you guys the confidence you knew going in this? You guys were as confident I've ever seen you out there. What made y'all so confident you knew you could shut this down?
We've just, in the past couple weeks, our defense has just been hitting perfectly. We've been playing faster than we ever have. We've been playing just precise and perfect, more than we ever have.
What does it mean, state 2 times in a row, man? Do we have unfinished business this year?
Absolutely. Job's not done. We got to go. We got to go get it done.
All right, man. Congratulations on the win.
Sir, I got to shout out Miss Horner.
All right, we got her. All right, Cam, you couldn't run off. So I don't know if you know, you set the single-season sack record for Brock tonight.
Man, that's awesome. I got to give a lot of credit to Caden Matthews. I know he got the record last year, and he did a lot for me. You know, he kind of took me under his wing. I always admired the way he played the game. Balls to the wall, gave everything he had, as hard as he could go every play. And I tried to mirror my game after him, and it's an honor to have that record.
So in the pregame talk that we did with Mathis, he was talking about we want to shut down the run and force the pass. And it really seemed like we shut down that run. He starts dropping back to pass. That's when you guys get to pin your ear back and force those turnovers. Was that pretty much the game plan going into it?
Right. We knew that they were a running team. They wanted to run the ball. They wanted to get it in 22's hands, who is a great running back. All the credit to him in the world. Only a sophomore, and he's got a big future ahead of him. But, we knew that this was the kind of team that if they got going on the ground and they could run and run and run, it was going to make it tough on our defense. So we were playing stop the run, stop the screen game, and then stop the drop back pass, and we did a great job of that.
All right, what does this mean to you guys? Second year going to state, the doubters were there. We lost the senior leadership we lost. There were some doubts. If you guys could do this, what does this mean to go back and accomplish this?
I think it's just a credit to this town and this community and this school. Nobody here has ever pouted. We lost a lot of big players for us last year. We had some hate on us this year. We've been picked to lose 3 weeks in a row, but every week we've had the same motto, it's us against them, and we're going to keep going one more week, 1 week at a time, one more week, and that's what we've been doing, and that's why we're going to have a chance to play for it all next week.
So is it one more week now, unfinished business?
Absolutely.
All right. Congratulations, man. Thank you.
That's Cam Harris, another part of that Daily Grind MVP. Let's take a quick look to the Rutledge Realty out-of-town scores. The other semifinal, it was Franklin 41, Edna 13. So Brock and Franklin, I believe that was the preseason 1 and 2 in the polls. We'll meet at AT&T next week.
Well, you think back to the games that Brock has played in the state championship game. Cameron Yo is a Region 3. Rockdale's Region 3. Lorena last year is Region 3. And Franklin, who won Region 3 Division 2 last year, who beat Lorena earlier in the season last year, ended up winning the Division 2 state championship game. Here they are now, Division 1 state championship game, and another team from Region 3. Brock's played only Region 3 teams in the state championship game over the years. You'd think at some point there'd be a Region 4 team that got in there, and I think really only Yoakum, if I can remember right, came from Region 4 a couple years ago, but I think they're even in Region 3 now. So the Region 3 teams, I think Grandview, if I recall, Grandview was in Region 3 when they had the couple of years that they won the state championship games. Is Billy going to give us an opportunity? I mean, he's got it looks like he's got Brad Champ, Babe Laufenberg, Tony Roma, Jim. Who is all that down there he's talking to?
Well, a while ago he was holding the microphone for Valley Sports. They gave him the microphone, which was a bad idea. So
yeah. You need to remind Billy. Remind Billy, hey, this is hometown Brock America.
Exclusive.
Don't let the lights get too big for you out here.
Hey, I'm going to grab Reed real quick.
All right.
Reed, I'm waiting on Billy, of course. Hey, talk to us about, man, you ran today with determination, man. There was time that third down play over here on the sidelines, they had you, dude, and you kept fighting for the extra yard. What this game mean to you today?
It means a lot. I was playing for my senior, Brewster. He got hurt pretty early in the game, so we decided that we were going to win this one for him. And so I just feel like that helped me fight a little bit more, and I prayed about it before the game just to give me a little bit more energy. So I think that had to do a lot with it.
So what's this mean to you guys 2 years in a row going to the big dance?
Well, first off, I think we're more ready this year. Last year, we just had a few more injuries. And this year we're feeling a lot better. We don't really, other than Brewster, but I think he'll be back next week. And I think everybody's pumped and ready to go.
All right, man. Well, I'm going to go over here and try to catch Billy. Congratulations, man. Great game. Very impressed.
Thank you.
Big game by Reed Watkins on both sides of the ball tonight. He was
Jay,
huge
turn around
in
and
the
talk to
rushing
that
game.
guy right there. Turn around and talk to that guy. Turn around. Turn around.
With that guy?
Yeah.
Okay, well, if I can get Billy, they're trying. All right, I got to go, guys. They're trying to run me off the field. I was going to get Moody.
Who you need, Tyler?
Yeah, did you?
Tyler.
No, he's fine. He's fine. They're running it off the field because we've been waiting on you.
Okay.
All right, Tyler, since I got coach here, you put me on the spot.
You ready for me over there?
So, unfinished business next week, buddy?
Oh, absolutely. We're going back with vengeance. We're ready to go to war.
Talk about how these guys talked about you guys could not move the ball. And that's all I heard all week. They're not going to move the ball. Their defense is too good. It looked like up front we set the tone from play one, and it was there.
I went into Coach Mathis's class this morning, actually, and I was like, did you see that they said that we couldn't run the ball on them? And I think that's part of the reason that Reed just dominated. Our O-line went to absolute work. Coach Mathis was probably pretty angry about that, so we ran it down the throat.
Oh, it was. I mean, I was telling the guys upstairs, I'm like, it's there. I kept telling them, they kept going to me. I was like, it's there, it's there, it's there, and it was there all night. And I mean, they started putting extra down linemen. They were bringing blitzes and everything else, but consistently we were able to move the ball.
Oh yeah, the O-line had the best game I've ever seen an O-line have. Honestly, the holes were as big as they could get, and there wasn't much that they could do about it. So we weren't going to stop running it until they stopped us.
All right, I got to get off the field over to get Billy.
Walk with Billy.
All right, we got to walk this way, they said.
Which way?
I guess this way.
Yeah.
All right, Billy. So it looked like, now I'm going to ask a question that we're going to lose service, so we're going to have to tell him to hold on.
You're good.
1 second, we'll be off.
He's going to get them done. All right, we're good, Billy. Look at those big antennas I got over there.
I know.
I got to meet Dak over there with him a while ago.
Dude, did you get to meet Dak?
Man, me and Dak got to hang out. He thought I stole his cell phone.
He's a stud.
Yeah. So I didn't get to ask this at halftime, but my question, it looked like first snap on that offensive line. We were dominating from play one.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So proud of the offensive line. They went up there and they accepted the challenge. On last week, we struggled a little bit. There've been some, we knew we could get these guys off the ball, and we knew we had to get them off the ball, and we had to go establish a good run game, to go win this game. And, after last week's game, people were like, oh, man, offensive line struggled. Man, they weren't happy about that, They weren't happy. So they took the challenge and came out this week and absolutely dominated.
Talk about the defense on, as far as we knew that what was coming in this, the speed we were going to see. And that was everybody's concern was this is speed Brock hadn't seen. Is this where that Pleasant Grove, Hershey game, these are where those games come into play for us?
100%. Those games right there got us prepared and ready, right? And, the whole message is, hey, let's bend but don't break, right? We can come back and tackle anything, don't let them behind us. And a few times, thank goodness they overthrew it. They got behind us, and we got to fix those things. But, man, against a team that runs the ball the way they have against those backs, boy, man, our dudes stepped up, and they were lighting their butts up.
It was awesome. So I saw a sign on one of the kids holding a sign said, "In Billy we trust," over there. So
I should have said in Coach Mathis, little punks.
So here we are. We're 2 years. We're back. We're back to the dance. I asked the guys, I'll ask you the same. Do we feel like we've been here before and now this is unfinished business for us?
Absolutely. This is our year. This is our year. It's been one of those storybook years. I've got a good piece in my heart about it. I feel that this is our year. This is, you spent all January, all the way to August having that bad taste in our mouth of losing that game last year. And, the boys, their ultimate goal was to come and have an opportunity to get back here. Now we have a chance to get back here. Now it's time to go finish this thing.
And I think with you, you've been telling me, we've done a lot of interviews, you've been telling me, hey, this is what we got to do to go make another state run. The belief's been there all year, even when nobody else would. We're 0-4. I feel like you thought from day one we were going back.
I knew we had an opportunity. I knew we had the team. I knew we had a chance. We just had to get a few things dialed in. And, man, we go and we see what we're made of early. And a few of the 0-4, we could have been 3-1, really, honestly, with just a couple of those games. The Pleasant Grove game got away from us, but we were up 7-0 at halftime. So I knew where we were at. I knew we had to learn to go and finish. I knew we had to go and play a full game. And we've gotten better as the year's gone on. Everybody understands their role, and we just got an unselfish team. Everybody knows their job. Everybody does their part. And when you got a team that loves each other the way these dudes do, they'll go out there and play their tails off till the bitter end. And that's what they did. And, there's a reason why they're here. It's because those guys believe in each other.
All right. See you next week. Thanks, brother.
One more week, baby.
Jaden, thank you, Coach. Eric, wrap it up for us tonight.
What I'm thinking that Coach Mathis is going to make sure that he says this week to the guys that played, to the guys that started, to the guys that participated in the state championship game last year. After that game, I'm sure he had to talk to all of them, and he said, don't ever forget how this feels. Don't ever forget what you feel right now, and let's make sure next year when we get here that we don't have this same feeling after this. And we're going to have to go through some growing pains. We're going to have to go through some birthing pains. We're going to have to find out who we're made of, and it's going to be tough. And we're going to have to – each of you are going to be broken down back to nothing, and then we're going to build you back up. And that's what those first 4 games were, is you got to learn how to do these things. You got to learn how to deal with the speed, with the size, with athleticism. And more than just one guy on the other team, more than just 2 guys on the other team, more than just 4 guys on the other team. You got to be able to deal with all of us have to do their job every play. That you can't just have a couple of good players over here try to stop a couple of good players on the other team. It's an 11-man defensive juggernaut that they have to have out there just to be able to keep up with everything. But each person has to look at each other and say, I'm going to do my job. I'm going to do it. If you will do your job, then we'll have a good chance of success. And I think this week he's going to bring up what he said last year at the end of that Lorena game. Guys, remember how it felt last year? Remember how that felt? Now, here's our chance to avenge what happened. We got unfinished business. Let's get out there and get it done. Great game by the Brock Eagles from the first play to the last play, defeating a quality Malakoff Tiger team. Don't say they weren't any good now, because everybody was talking how good they were all this week, all last week. That Malakoff, they already had Malakoff Franklin signs already made. I'm sure the programs at AT&T were already made for Malakoff and Franklin. But guess what? The Brock Eagles are going back for the 4th time to AT&T.
All right, Brock Nation. It'll be Brock and Franklin next week from AT&T for the title. Your final from the Star tonight in Frisco, your Eagles 21, Malakoff 10. For Rob Matthews, Eric Morris, and Jaden Winfrey, I'm Bobby Gordon. Good night, everyone.